Hello, everybody. Hope you are doing well. Oh, goodness. What's going on? There we go. We are live. Here we go. Okay, I think we're here. Having some little difficulties here. Let's see what's going on. I hope you are doing well today. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Go ahead and throw a hello in the chat for me. I hope you are doing so well today. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Throw a hello in the chat for me. Love to hear it. Hi. All right, I'm just going to let you know, I'm having some minor technical difficulties. So if we have to start this stream over, we will. So give me just a second. Meanwhile, go ahead and post it in the chat. I hope you're doing well today. Hello, hello. Throw a hello in the chat for me. I am trying to figure out why my phone all of a sudden is not wanting to work. I use two devices for our live streams and my phone decided it didn't want to work. So we are trying to figure that out. Hello, Dina, Mary, and Hope, and Janet. Hey guys. Hello, hello. Hey, Deborah. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test something out. And if I can't get it to work, then I'm gonna have to stop this version of the live stream and then pop back on using my phone only. So give me a second, let me see what's going on. Of course, this would have to be a day. This would have to be today that this happens. I don't know what's going on. I have no clue what's going on. Let's see here. Let's see, default scene. There we go, let's try something here. Hello, Papa. Hello in the chat while I'm figuring a couple of things out. We will pivot if need be. Let's see. There we go. All right. Yay, I got it fixed. I was starting to panic there for a second. All right, let me actually switch back real quick so I can get this going. My phone, for whatever reason, I use two different devices. And my phone was acting kind of janky. I'm so glad you guys are here. I don't know if you are in a position to scrapbook. Let me test something real quick. That's a little blurry. Let's see what's going on here. If you are in a position to scrapbook or what's going on today, maybe you're at work. Let me know what you're doing today. Are you scrapbooking? Are you working? Or what are you doing today? Let me know. And I'm so sorry that this is like going cray-cray right now. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know. Let me know. And I'm going to figure out what's going on with our old camera here. Are you going to be scrapping with me today? I am making all the layouts today. All the layouts today, and I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this live. Let me know if you're scrapbooking, if you're just kind of hanging out, if you're chilling. We're having some minor technical difficulties here. I don't know what's going on. There we go. All right. Think we're set up there. Let me test something out. For those of you just joined me, I'm trying to work out some minor technical things here on the back end. Almost got it situated. There we go. See, that's what happens when you're using multiple devices. So didn't mean to make your head swim there earlier. My bad. Okay. Here we go. I think we're good. All right, I think I'm good. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Hope and Rachel, so many folks. Awesome, we got folks from all over. Watch part 1 again, fantastic. Lives are always wonky. You got that right, Carrie. You got that right. They always are. There's, it doesn't matter how prepared you get. There's always something that happens, right? Always something. Technology is so fickle. It certainly is. I'm working to hear the conversation. Yes, absolutely. School pickup line. Yep, this is a great time to watch a live, is in the school pickup line. AJ's watching from work. Vicky's working on her mini album. Carolyn says the first time to make it live. Hopefully grandson will go to sleep. The babies always wake up whenever we're doing something, right? Deborah's cleaning, currently at work. Lots of folks still at work. Some folks are scrapbooking. Awesome. I'm so glad you guys are here. So first and foremost, a lot of things have been going on. So I want to start with this. We have over 286 new subscribers here to the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. And that brings our our community up to 14,000 folks, 14,000 scrap bosses. So celebrate that. This would not be possible without all of you. So I want to extend a big hello to all of our new community members. So glad that you are here and checking us out. And of course, hello to everybody, whether you've been with me from the beginning or if you're new. So glad that you're here. Just to bring some of y'all up to speed, last week I did a live where I deconstructed this paper pad, and I challenged myself to use one paper pad to make 10 scrapbook layouts. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm making 10 layouts. Like, you didn't read that title incorrectly. I'm literally making 10 layouts today. I'm going to talk about how I prepared for this day. I mean, it's going to be epic. It's going to be wonderful. So I took this paper pad last week, took all the papers out and made kits. In fact, I made 12 kits, but I'm going to make 10 layouts today. And after this live, I had some of you, whether it's in the Victoria Marie Facebook group or on Instagram, say, I'm going to go get this paper pad. And so some of y'all went out and bought the paper pad. And the whole thing was, use what you already have. But you're like, no, I'm going to go to Joann's. I'm going to order online. I'm going to grab the paper pad. So some of you grab this Arcadia paper pad. It's available. It's from Die Cuts with a View. And it's a really, really pretty paper pad. And I just took all the papers out of it to make some layouts. So if you got this paper pad, that's great, but you don't need to get this specific paper pad in order to challenge yourself to make a bunch of layouts. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, here's a couple of things, a couple of disclaimers. Number one, I did prepare for today. Otherwise, we would be on this live stream for like hours and hours and hours. This will probably already be one of my longer live streams. This is recorded, so if you got to pop off and do something else, you can always come back and watch. And yes, I will take pictures of all the projects that I make today, and they'll be posted on the Victoria Marie blog. So if you are not subscribed to, one, my e-newsletter, two, the Victoria Marie blog, those links are down below, so make sure that you do that. So I prepared in advance. So I have photos, journaling, and I also designed the layout. So all I'm doing today is putting all those layouts together, and you get to see them all come together. At the end of the live, I'll show you how much paper I have left, and then I'll do another live stream where I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with that remaining paper. And hint, hint, it's probably going to be cards, because I need to make a whole bunch of thank you cards and happy birthday cards. So I have those replenished. I've been giving a lot of those away. So I'll probably be making some cards and making some things like some art starts for scrapbook projects and that type of thing. So that's going to be next Wednesday. You get to see what happens with the remaining bits and pieces of the Arcadia paper pad. All right. Let's see what else. What other disclaimer did I want to throw in there? Oh, if you are new to the Victoria Marie YouTube channel, of course, hello again. I am a single page scrapbooker. I usually will always scrapbook in 12 by 12 or 8.5 by 11. So I have both of those formats that I'm going to be doing today. I don't do a lot of traveler's notebook type things or planner stuff or whatnot, but if you're inspired by what I make today, it can be easily adaptable to any format, any size of scrapbooking. I had a couple of people ask me if I'm doing double pages. No, because I haven't done double page layouts in a very long time unless I'm contracted to do one. Other than that, I do single page layouts, 12 by 12, 8.5 by 11. I'll make sure to make note of that with each project. Everything I'm using for all 10 of the layouts today are items from my stash that I coordinated with the Arcadia paper pad. And if you want to see that, make sure you check out last week's live. That's available in my playlist. And I also posted a link down below in the description. So this is stash and paper pads, my friend. Now you may be asking, why did you decide to do this, Victoria? 10 layouts is a lot. This process is something that I used to do quite frequently when I went to scrapbooking crops and retreats. I would make a whole bunch of kits and prepare a whole bunch of layouts. So when I went to the retreat, I didn't have to waste time trying to figure out the design of my layouts. I could just dig right in and start making them. And I, on average, can make anywhere from 48 to 50 layouts in one weekend whenever I do this process. And I know a lot of you were inspired by this. Some of you even took this challenge. You got the Arcadia paper pad, or you selected materials from your stash. You put together some kits. Maybe it's 5 layouts, maybe it's 10 layouts, maybe it's more. So I'm so excited that you guys were inspired by that. All right, so those are just a few things that I wanted to point out today. Last thing, I do have super chat enabled for this live stream. So if you want to support Victoria Marie Designs in that way, it's a one-time thing, or one time per live, whatever. If you purchase a super chat, then your comments can be highlighted. You can buy stickers and all kinds of fun things that will show up as you're engaging in this chat. So if you want to do that, there should be a little button somewhere for the chat. If you want to support Victoria Marie Designs in that way, I greatly appreciate it. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. We've got the Victoria Marie merch on today, 15% off. Link posted down below if you want to cop yourself an apron. I'm suited and booted. I got the kits ready. It's time to get started. Y'all ready? All right, let's do this. I feel like there should be like a horn or something. Let's do it. All right, so I'm going to start with kit number 1, and I think we're blurry again. Come on, camera. Come on, camera. You can do it. You can do it. I don't know why it's acting up. Let's figure out what's going on here. Let's figure out what's going on. There we go. Alrighty, so here's the paper pad. All the paper is gone from it. So excited. So excited for this. Okay, kit number 1. Let's do this. 10 layouts during this live stream. 10 layouts. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to set this to the side. For this first project, I'm scrapbooking a photo. Oh, I don't know why we're so blurry. Hold on just a second. Thank you for the super chat, Isadora. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You can buy yourself more paper pads. You know what? I don't need any more paper pads. None at all. Uh-oh, what's going on here, camera? Let's see what's going on. There we go. Looks like it is. Let me do one little techie thing because it looks like we're going to have a techie problem. So hold on just a second. Let me get the techie issue taken care of real quick. Because my phone seems to think... let's see here. I don't know why it's so blurry. Give me just a quick second here. I'm not sure why it's, you know what? It knows that I'm doing something awesome. Oh, here we go. I fixed it. Yay. Okay. Back to it. I swear to gosh, why is it that when you're doing something on live stream, it's like it wants to act all kinds of wonky and crazy? I don't understand. It's like your tech is like, oh, what? You want to go live? Here, let me while out real quick. Okay. There we go. I fixed the problem. We're back at it. Okay, layout number 1. Okay. I got my journaling all ready to go. This layout is called What a Crazy Kid. This is layout number 1. And this one's about my daughter who has a bunch of little plushes that she purchased recently, or that she's had for a while. And she goes on all kinds of little adventures with her plush. And I just love the fact that she is 12 and she still loves her plush toys, because why not? Okay, so let me show you what I'm using in this kit. Some of the kit items I did switch up a little bit as I was going through and finalizing stuff for this live. So just to let you know. All right, so I pulled some things from my stash. So let me show you. These are little bits and pieces that I'm going to be using. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then here's the photo of my kiddo. And that's her with all her little plushes right there. Some of them are anime plush. Just got this little wizard here. It's her thing. The paper I cut down to 8.5 by 11. I also have this strip, this band that's going to come here at the bottom. And then I also use my circle punch and trimmed off the edges. You're going to see how I use these little circles here in just a second. I have a whole bunch of things from my stash, some little pearls, gold pearls, puffy stickers, letter stickers. Here's the paper that was remaining from this, okay? So we're actually gonna put this in a little stack of its own so we can see what we have left. Some more letter stickers, other things from my stash, some chipboard and whatnot, and then a sticker sheet. And I selected these because it went well with the colors in this Arcadia kit. This is from the Simple Stories Good Life collection, the sticker sheet. So went very, very well with that. So I'm going to set these things to the side. And I've got my desk all set up, ready to go. My stickers and all that good stuff. There we go. Let's go ahead and construct the background. I'm going to set my scraps out the way. I'm going to do a stack for solid cardstock that I didn't use, because sometimes I don't always use the solid if I don't need it. But I put it in my kit just in case. Okay, so these are the scraps that were left over from that. And you can see where I used a large circle punch to punch the circles. First things first, let's get the background set up. So I think I'm going to put this right here. This is going to go right there. And then my photo is going to come there. And what I want to do is take these circles and create anchors for where my embellishments are going to go. And I think that's kind of how I wanted it to be. All right. I tried to use as much of this pattern paper as I possibly can when I'm working on layouts. And this should come together easy peasy. Now, sometimes when I'm doing this type of thing, I will create layouts that are a little bit more simple in design, at least for me. And that way I'm not hee-hawing around about like, what should I use and what should I not use? And how should I position this stuff? I already have it planned out. Okay, so I have my little sticky note. Bam. And I need to, I think actually the way that I had this was like this. I think that's how I had it, according to my sticky note here. Okay, that'll work. So let me go ahead and position my circles. And I think this one is going to go here. Of course, I'd have to run out of adhesive. That's okay. I prepared. Got an extra one raring to go. 20-year-old son has a collection of anime plush. That's awesome. 38, love my plush. There's just great, right? There's just some things that are just so fun to have around. We should all have things in our home that we enjoy. Okay. That's going to go there. And then I'm going to move this semicircle up just a little bit, just to allow for space. My journaling, I believe I'm going to have go here. There's that. Let's see here. I also want to make sure that I have space for my title. So I'm just going to put this up here just for a moment. I'm going to use these goldenrod thickers, and I'm going to spell out. I thought I was going to put the title down here, but I'm actually going to put it here. What a, and then crazy kid. I think that's how I want that to go. All right, so let me set that to the side. The cool thing about going through and planning your layouts and using sketches, whether you create them yourself or you use somebody else's sketches, is that you already have a plan in place, right? You already have the plan in place. You don't have to overthink the design process when you have your layouts planned. Now, I don't do this for every single project that I do. Like sometimes my projects are just spontaneous. I just want to see what I make, you know, whatever. It's all good. But if I'm getting ready to do a lot of scrapbooking, then I want to make sure that I have a plan in place. Okay, that's going to go here. Let me go ahead and put that down. And so I'll sketch out my designs. I'll get the materials together. I'll print my photos. I'll do all the things. Actually, let me just put this down. Commit to it. Okay. And I can get layouts done a little bit faster. Also, when I don't feel like thinking that hard, if I've already made these decisions, then I don't have to worry about it. I can just go and put the layout together. All right, so we're gonna do and then we're gonna come in with these citrus twist little alphas. There we go. And I'm gonna spell out Crazy Kid, and then we'll get all these letters situated. Then we'll embellish and we'll be good to go. So it took me about maybe 2 days to get all the kits prepped. 2 or 3 days. And I'm going to be sharing a behind the scenes video of this process with my Victoria Marie Patreon community. So if you are a Victoria Marie patron, then you'll look for that to come soon. If not, you're welcome to join. I have different tiers with different membership benefits, but one of the things that all my patrons get is a behind the scenes look at some of my processes. So if that's something you're interested in, there is a link down below for my Patreon if you're interested, and come join us. I do a lot of exclusive stuff there for my patrons. What a crazy kid. Here we go. Sometimes I have to repeat the title to myself so I can remember what my title is. Oh my goodness. Okay. There we go. And you know what's so great about this process, guys? It's using stash. Using stash. Okay, so those are good. Thank you, letters. Now what I want to do is, because these are thickers, we all know thickers, sometimes the chipboard ones don't like to stay on. Did you have that picture in mind when you made the kit? No, I had no photos in mind when I made these kits. I made them for just general like storytelling. And then when I went back to finalize the elements that I wanted in the kit for this live, then I decided what stories I wanted to tell. And you know, there's no right or wrong, right? Sometimes we start with a story, sometimes we start with product. For the kits, I started with product. At least this time around. Sometimes it is story driven, sometimes it's photo driven. All right. Let me know in the chat if you enjoy making kits for your scrapbook projects. All right, now let's bring in some embellishments. We're also going to bring over some foam because y'all know I like to pop things up. I'm going to put a little rainbow here, a little rainbow situation. And we're going to do a little clustering here at the top. The circles, if you've taken my Layering Like a Boss class, you know that I talk about establishing an anchor. Well, these circles are the anchor for the embellishing. There we go. I'm just going to set these out. I think that's where I wanted them. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Also, when I have a lot of layouts to do, I like to keep the design basic. Like there's sometimes where you want to spend the time and do all the things with the layout, and that's cool. But sometimes I just need to get some stories told. So all of the stories that I'm documenting today are all things that have been on my list for months to get scrapbooked. Let me come back here. Come on. Oh no, don't stick the photo. There we go. What I did was I removed the stickers from this little sticker sheet so that I can place them on my layout. Here we go. That'll go there. So I like to keep the designs pretty basic, or I will go to what I call my default design. So designs that I like to go to time and time and time again when I'm just trying to get pages done. And that's kind of the point of this whole project, is just trying to get pages done, get them in my album, get those stories told. And then there are times where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do all the things with this layout. I'm going to stitch. I'm going to use mixed media. I'm going to do all those things. Maybe I go a little bit more in detail with the story. There's a time and place for all of that, right? Okay, and I think this was supposed to go here. Everyday life, yes. So let me do that. Here we go. Alrighty. I think I may have put an element in a spot where I didn't intend to put it. That's okay. That's all right. I think I did. Oh well, I got too excited. Layout number 1 is almost done. When you prepare in advance, it does save you time on the back end. Oh, did I want that there? Oh, maybe that was the one that I wanted. Okay. It gives you some time on the back end to just focus on putting your layouts together and having fun versus overthinking the design process. Are you an embellishment? Are your embellishments all from one collection, or are they mixture? They're a mixture of a variety of different things from my stash. Yeah. First time I've made a kit. In 10, one time feeling like a boss. Awesome. Hello, Elsa. Hello. Thanks so much, Isadora. Have a great time at class. Okay, let's get this one up here. I know for some people they want their scrapbooking to be a little bit more spontaneous, and there's nothing wrong with that at all, right? This is your journey. Let me get some bigger ones here. This is your journey, your storytelling journey, so you make it the way that you want it. Some days you may feel like you're doing the most, and some days you're like, you know what? I just want to keep it simple. I have a friend who just does photos and journaling. That's her thing. And maybe some solid cardstock, but she's not doing much else from that. And that's her jam. That's what she likes to do. Okay. Lastly, I've got some little wood veneer stars. I pulled this all from my kit as well. These are all different collections. Some of this is Simple Stories. Some of this is American Crafts. And where do I want to put this? Up here. So I just wanted to bring in a little bit of a wood element there. Okay, stay. I don't know why we talk to our embellishments like they listen. Stay, little embellishment, stay. Some of this stuff I've had in my stash for so long, I don't remember who it's by. Sometimes I can tell. Like if you've been scrapbooking for a while and you know brands, sometimes you can just tell. All right, little wood veneer stars from my stash, just to get those used up, and I have a bunch. I went through a phase where I was like collecting wood veneer pieces like crazy. Okay, this one's almost done, guys, and then we're gonna move on to layout number 2. All right, let's see here. And then I thought, how about a little bit? These are from Paper Studio. I think this is what, Hobby Lobby. I'm just gonna pop a little blingage, a little blingy bling, if you will, here on the page, just for some fun. Because, you know, sometimes you just need that. And I hardly ever use these pearls except for card making. So I thought, you know, why not use 1 or 2 or more on this layout? Just to add a bit of sparkle. This particular paper pad has hints of gold in it and rose gold. So gold works well for those of you who are getting the Arcadia paper pad. Your layouts never look simple. This is beautiful. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, layout number 1 is done in the books. This is an 8.5 by 11 layout called What a Crazy Kid. Of course, created a really nice L-shaped background. Got my clusters going here. A lot of this is from Simple Stories, the Good Stuff collection. Of course, the paper pad, the papers from the Arcadia pad, and then I added in just a little bit of puffy stickers to make things pop for the clusters. I love these embellishments because they're already layered for you. So, hey, work smart, not hard. And then, of course, I created anchors for each cluster by using some pattern paper from the kit that I created in my circle punch. I have a little tag here. This is from Pink Fresh Studio. And we are done with project number 1. All right, we're getting warmed up, Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little plastic bag here. I'm gonna slide my finished layouts in here, and then at the end, I'll show them to you, and then I will be taking pictures of all the layouts and posting them on the Victoria Marie blog. Okay, so that's layout number 1. Let's go to layout number 2. Woo! All right, let's do it. Layout number 2 is a story about me. So I like to scrapbook my own ages and stages, and I do this quite often. And so recently, my daughter, she is a pre-professional ballerina, and she has been, see if I can get all this stuff out without it going everywhere. She now has practice 5 days a week. So mom life is quite hectic for us at the moment. I'm going to move all of this out the way for just a second. I got some embellishments, got my journaling, got my photo. Let me move this out the way for a second. So what I did was I took a picture, I had Corinne take a picture of me. And this is like, you know, typical mom gear on the way out the door. Got my dress with pockets, disclaimer. Jean jacket, my bag with my embroidery stuff because I do a lot of my embroidery projects while I'm sitting in the car waiting for her to finish class. I got my Coach purse, I got my water bottle, I got my Chucks because I basically live in Chucks. And so I went ahead and decided to scrapbook this part of my life because this is where I'm at right now as I'm taking a kid to and from practice. And she starts theater in a couple of weeks too. So we'll have something to do 6 nights out the week. So there we go. From the Arcadia paper pad, I selected these pattern papers. I trimmed one down. Actually, I trimmed 2 of the pages down, 3 maybe. I also used a scallop punch to create some border strips. Okay. Love the scallop punch. So just to add a little bit of interest. And then of course, this is going to be my background. I'm going to turn it this way. So that's where I'm starting off with my background. You're going to see how that comes together here in a second. Here are all the elements that I'm going to be using. Again, everything is from my stash. Nothing is new. I try to focus on stuff that I haven't used in a while or maybe not at all. So I have enamel dots, puffy stickers. Some of this stuff's not going to be used on this layout, but this is what I pulled for this particular kit. Some die cuts. I am going to be using either this font or this font. I haven't decided. Well, I'm going to be using this font, but I haven't decided if I'm going to be using this one or not. I also have some sticker sheets that I pulled, as well as some chipboard pieces. This kit, this is all the paper that's left from this kit. I had quite a bit left from this. I did fussy cut a couple of butterflies out of this pattern paper. So I'm going to set the scraps aside. We'll see how much scraps we have left later. I'm going to set my solid cardstock aside because that can just go back into my stash. I'm going to go ahead and put all of the stuff that I used for the last layout. I'm creating a pile. So all the stuff will be put away this evening. Okay. Whoops. What did I drop? All right. Here we go. Let me set up for the next one. One of the things that I love about this process is it forces you, hey Robin, it forces you to see what you have in your stash, and it forces you to use the stuff that you have in your stash. Sarah says, girl, I hear you. I'm going to go with kiddos from 3 p.m. through the evening. I'm putting together a little kit to take with me tonight. That's fantastic. You got to have something, right, to do. Hi, Ina. She says, I've been thinking about transitioning to 8.5 by 11 only for cost of materials as well as the weight of the books. I love that you do 8.5 by 11s. And you know, thank you. Thank you so much. And you know what? That is, a lot of people have started to scale down their scrapbook projects a little bit because space, supply issue, especially if you are in an area where it just costs a lot to send supplies or to get packages. I just sent something out recently overseas and it was just a crazy amount of money. Crazy amount of money. So yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. All right, I'm going to set up a basic background here. I'm going to use this polka dot tone-on-tone pattern paper, layered that on top of this really pretty blue pattern paper. And now I'm going to add these border strips that I just cut out 1 inch strips, and then I use my border punch, okay? This is a great time to use those punches, use those electronic cutting machines, whatever you have in your stash, whatever tools you have available to you, use it. We spend money on it, might as well use it. I'm going to create a nice little bordered band here, adding a little bit of adhesive. Okay. Creating borders never goes out of style. And then you can add so much interest. This is also a really good way to not only stretch your tools, but to add a lot of interest to your layouts, whether you have a large stash or not. All right, so that's gonna go like so. And then I have the photo of myself here. I'm gonna actually offset this just a tiny bit and then offset my photo right there as well, okay? So here we go. And then of course I'm gonna add some foam to my photo. It's gonna be great. So we'll just interrupt that background just a little bit here. Then we have this. I think I moved it over just a scotch too much. So we're just gonna move it over just a scotch to the right. There we go. And of course, y'all know I gotta pop it up. Gotta pop up that photo. So that's just how I live. I live for the dimension. I live for texture. Okay, let's go ahead and put that photo down. I did back the photo. I can't talk, apparently. I backed the photo with pattern paper as well. So I have this blue pattern paper that I used for the strip. I went ahead and backed the photo with that, as well as this pattern paper that has this gold foiling, or this rose gold foiling. So this is gonna go right here. All right, background set up, good to go. Now, journaling down here. Now, what I want to do is create my title to either go here. Well, it's going to go here. It's going to go on the side. It's going to go here. So Mom Life with the script, or Mom Life with the sans serif. And I think what I'm going to do is go with the Mom Life with the script. And what I do is I use some just regular wax paper, and I will spell out my title on wax paper. There's a lot of people who do this technique. I put it on wax paper so that way I can move it around my layout without committing to it. Then I have a whole bunch of little embellishments here that I'm going to pop onto the layout. All right, let's get it going. Victoria, I'm assuming you separate items in your collection. In your collections. When I'm done using the collection, then I will put the items in my stash, so they'll be separated. So any of the die cuts will go in my die cut stash, paper will go in my paper stash, and vice versa. I hope that's what you meant. All right. In fact, I'm getting ready to do that process again because I have a bunch of kits that either I haven't used or I've used. And what happens is that when you have kits and collections that come in, sometimes we put them in our drawers and we forget about them. So I'm trying to make sure that if I haven't used the kit in about 6 months or so, then I'll go ahead and break it down and add it into my stash. Okay, Mom Life, let's put that there. Love that script, and I love that this is navy blue and it's sparkly. We had a lot of pink sparkly stuff, but navy blue, not so much. So I'm really happy for this. Okay. That's looking real nice. Let's go ahead and put our journaling down. And I just typed the journaling using Microsoft Word and printed it out on white cardstock and then trimmed it. So that's going to go here. Okay, now it's time to embellish. So I have this little cut apart piece here. This was from, I don't know, I used it for something, only part of it. But I like this little photo styling there. So I'm going to use this to just kind of provide a little accent here. Just a little something, also to bring a little bit more blue over to that side. Okay, so we have this cute little clipboard, but I'm not sure I'm going to use that. Let's see here. We've got some butterflies and some more floral things. So I am just going to start creating a cluster, if you will, of embellishments. And that's going to go here. And this little tag here, this is from Maggie Holmes, maybe? I can't remember. Same here. I'm going to put sweet. I had this clipboard out for a reason, but maybe I decided not to use it. I think I decided not to use it. Just trying to remember where I'm putting all the items. I think that's how I wanted it. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know what that is. So I'm just going to keep going. I'll add to it if I feel like I'm missing something on here. Okay, so I'm going to pop up some of these embellishments here, and then I will be done with page 2. Okay, so I've got this navy blue heart. I'm going to put that there. And then my flower cluster. We're almost done with layout number 2. We're going to move on to layout number 3 here in just a sec. I'm going to add some small foam to this butterfly. And if I were feeling fancy, I would have added maybe some stitching to some of these elements or even the page. There's that. Let's add a little bit of foam behind this little flower here that already has a layered design to it. I love it. I love working smarter, not harder. And you guys all know I love to layer, but I also sometimes am kind of a lazy scrapbooker and I just want to like get the page done. So any elements that help me do that, I'm all for it. I want that there. Here, how did I have that initially? No, I can't remember. I think it was down here. That's the thing when you prep 10 layouts, you gotta somewhat remember what you did. Although I do have a little sketch that I'm following, by the way. So if you see me look to the side, I'm looking at my little sketch that I made. Okay, so I'm gonna take this label. It says enjoy the moment. I'm gonna add some foam to that. And I'm pretty sure I'll probably come back to this page to add a little something else. Because I feel it might need a little something else with this, but we'll see. Sometimes it's just fine the way it is. Your clusters always look right. Oh, well, Valentina, I can teach you how to do that. Oh, I can teach you how to do that. All right, here we go. All right, so there's that. Then we have some enamel dots we're going to bring into the mix. These are from the Hip Kit Club. So represented on this page, we have Thickers, we have Hip Kit Club, Paige Evans, Maggie Holmes, what else do we have on here? And Simple Stories. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna take a blue enamel dot and put it in the center of my butterflies. I also thought that I pulled a label that would go right here, but maybe not. I want to bring in a little bit of gold, mainly because I want to use up these Jen Hatfield puffy stickers. So I'm going to see where I can fit these in. These are just leaves. This is from like a fall collection, but you know, you don't have to use it for like a fall layout, right? Just pop in some gold because that seems to be like a great accent for this paper pad. Just going to pop that there. And then also too, I just want to say that a lot of this is me just figuring out what I have in my stash that I can use up. I want to put that there. No, I don't like that there. I'm just going to leave that the way that is. What I can use in my stash and get it used up. Because why not? Why not? Okay, layout number 2 is done. I think that took me about 15 minutes to put together. So we have this band going down the center of the layout. Let me do that. There we go. We've got some fun clusters. Notice I just have 2 clusters there. And I could probably create another cluster to kind of finish out that visual triangle. Maybe I'll do that just to kind of make it feel a little bit more balanced. That's probably where I'm kind of getting off at. Got my journaling, my title, my 4x6 photo. This is a 12 by 12 inch layout. And we're going to call layout number 2 done and done. Yay! We don't often get much blue and scrappy product. You are absolutely right, Suze. We certainly don't. All right, let's go ahead and put that in our layout bag. Finished layout. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3. This one's called Crafty Merch, and I'm documenting adding more merch to my shop. This will go into an album that's all about my crafty adventures. This layout, I want to take advantage of a particular design in this paper pad. Move this out the way. I'm going to show you that here in just a second. Let me get my little sketch. It's layout number 2. So what I wanted to do was have a background with lines. I'm going to move some of these things out the way for just a second to create this layout. So I have, what I did was I added this pattern paper to this kit along with a solid. And these are they're the front and the back. And then this blue will serve as the background. It has polka dots, and I'll actually be using this side of the pattern paper later in another collection, in another layout. Then I wanted to use a frame from Simple Stories because they have the best chipboard frames, and I thought that would be fantastic. I've got some little letters from Citrus Twist. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these or not. These are yellow, and I thought that'd be great because the paper pad has hints of yellow in it. I've got some decorative brads. I have die cuts from Jen Hatfield that I will be using. And these had some of the colors that are showing up in that Arcadia kit. So if you're purchasing the Arcadia kit, if you have it, some of you already purchased it, or you may have it in your stash, you can look for things in your stash that have gold or that have these peachy colors, green and blues, because that will go fantastic with that Arcadia kit. I'm also going to be using a pocket from Pink Fresh Studio. I've got some font stickers from Felicity Jane and Simple Stories, their Color Vibe collection. And then I might be pulling in some gold accents from Thickers. This is called Lovely. I think this was made to coordinate with either Maggie Holmes, probably Maggie Holmes collection. All right, let me switch up my elements. I'm making a nice big stack of stuff. And I think I pretty much used, excuse me, most of the pattern paper that I had pulled for this particular layout. So this is what I had left. I have a full sheet, although this might end up being used in some way, I'm not sure. And then I didn't need to use the white cardstock. Okay, let's get started. Again, if you're just joining me, all of this stuff is from my stash. So I am going to, I always have containers. containers for my stuff. This helps me to stay organized when I'm scrapbooking. There we go. And they stack. These are from Target. Okay, let's go ahead and build out the background. I have 2 photos of me as I am showing off my merch, which, by the way, is available 15% off. Go check it out. Links down below. T-shirt reference, plug. Anyway, but I like to document this in my Scrappy Adventures album. So all the things are related either to the scrapbooking hobby that I enjoy or the fact that I do this as a profession. I like to document. So I'm documenting more of the merch that is available. 12 by 12 layout. Starting with this as a base, I'm going to bring over this pattern paper, which I trimmed down originally to be 11 by 11, and then I cut off a bit of it down here below because I wanted to take the other piece of this to round out this layout. I didn't want to waste it. So what I'm going to do is try to get this positioned. I'm not one that measures, so if it looks just about right, then it's right. I only measure when it counts. Okay, so I think we're going to do that. This is a great way to kind of make your own pattern paper from the pattern paper that you have. All right, let's see if I can do this without messing it up. There we go. And you know what? If the borders aren't even Stevens, I'm not trying to worry about it. Adding some adhesive to the back, because the point is to get the layouts done, right? I'm not trying to be here all day trying to figure out measurements. And using up your products. I'm loving this blue. Like, I cannot get enough of this pattern paper. I almost want to buy another Arcadia paper pad because I just love this so much. All right, next up, frame from Simple Stories. I'm going to frame out my 2 photos here. So I'm just going to add some adhesive right behind here, although this is chipboard, so sometimes roller adhesive doesn't always work that well. It'll roll up the chipboard fibers sometimes, so using a liquid adhesive or double-sided adhesive actually probably works better. All right, so let's see, how do I want, I think I was going to do this one here. It's going to cover up some of the what I want in the photo, but as long as it gets the main part of the photo that I want, then I'm good to go. And then I'm just going to lay this down like so. There we go. And then this is going to go right here. Let's get some foam. Pop that up. By the way, I use foam from Scrapbook.com, some of my favorite foam. They offer them in a variety of sizes and widths. Absolutely love it. There we go. That'll work. Then we have our title. You know what I forgot for this one? I forgot the journaling. I forgot to print my journaling for this. I knew something was missing. That's okay. I'll add that in at some point. Can't all be perfect, right? Measure. Laugh I like. Eyeballing is the official contractor term. Amen to that. Amen to that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to scooch this over just a teeny bit because I have some embellishments that are going to go here. And then before I 100% adhere my project, I have this little folder here, and this could be used to house some hidden journaling. So if I decide ultimately that I want to put hidden journaling on this, not because I don't want people to know what, I say about this particular story, just for, saving space on the layout, then I will. Otherwise, I'm not going to worry about it. This is from a spring collection. I just like this part here, the little ties. And I always have. I love these type of closures. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down. I'm not worried about it housing anything. It's just if I want to, it's there, if I need it to be there. So I'm just going to stick this right here, and that's going to serve as an anchor for my photos. And then I have this other card that says Happy Memories. I'm only interested in this top portion here, so I'm actually going to cut this. And this is going to go up here again, just kind of like another anchoring piece. And things like this, like I just kind of had this card meandering around in my stash. This is what I like to do with it. I like to add it as an accent on my page. Then I have this little piece of something that was left over, but it's a blue gingham material, or not material, pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into a tag. So to do that, I'm going to grab my box O punches, and I'm going to grab this We Are Memory Keepers crocodile corner chomper situation. And on this, it has a part for an option for angle. Now I could, if I wanted to, just cut the angles myself by hand, but when you have a tool that'll do it for you, why not? So I'm just going to cut an angle into this, and then get out my trusty hole puncher. There's that. And that's going to come over here to create an anchor of some sort. What I do want to do is create a hole enforcer for that. So let me get a hole enforcer punch. And I am going to do that in, do I want to do that in navy blue or yellow or some other color? Maybe navy blue. This is the little punch I'm going to use. I love this thing. Bye, Elma. There we go. And it pops out a little enforcer. So I'm going to stick that there. I'm actually glad that I went with that navy blue. And we used a little bit of a scrap. Let's bring over some Barely Art Precision glue. We'll put this here. Okay. And we're going to stick this down. I probably won't add fibers to this. I think I'm ready to put my photo down. That's in my frame, and I love these frames because most of the design does the hard work for you, right? Work smart, not hard. Let's go ahead and get the title down. Again, using some Simple Stories, Color Vibe, as well as some Felicity Jane. If you're just joining, hello, welcome. So glad you're here. Thank you so much, Jen. Hey, girl, what's going on? Dina says she just ordered her new VM merch, Crafty merch today. Thank you so much. Thank you, friend. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. My merch is offered through a shop called Spread Shop. And currently, you can get 15% off your purchase. So make sure you go check that out. I think today is the last day you can get 15% off, but then they sent shop owners an email saying that they have 15% going on until September 4th. I don't know. There's always going to be some kind of sale, whether it's money off or a percent off or free shipping or something like that. And of course, I'll announce it when those things happen. Okay. I am loving all this blue. Like, I did not tire of this blue at all. It has all my shades of blue and green that I absolutely love. The title, this is called Crafty Merch. Using a puffy letter sticker from Felicity Jane and using a foam letter sticker from Simple Stories. Okay. I might have to go back and add some adhesive, maybe, to that. There we go. Okay, last up, let's bring in some embellishments. So I want to add, these are actually from the Jen Hatfield collection, and look how awesome that just coordinates with it, right? It's not about matching perfectly, it's about coordinating your colors and the style. I have a bunch of flower embellishments, so you'll see me use a lot of flower embellishments for a lot of these projects today, but I purposely pulled this because I need to use it. I need to use it up. All right, so I think that looks good. And it just works. You never know what you have in your stash. Actually, do I want to pop that up? No, because I have a butterfly that's going to be popped up. You never know what's going to work. You got to just dig in your stash and see what coordinates. Different shades, different hues. Because you just never know. You never know what'll work. And we're like, oh, I need to go out and buy some stuff. No, you don't. See what you got first before you go buy something. Okay, so I've got my 3 clusters here. And let's do, I love these black and white butterflies. Black and white, I should say, provides a grounding, particularly when you're using a lot of color on a layout. I think I wanted this here. Yeah, baby, that looks real good. Or as one of my friends says, that looks really sexy. That's a sexy layout. This has a lot of white trim around it, and it was perforated, so I'm just gonna trim this up just a smidge. Just to kind of clean that up just a little bit. Then I think I'll be ready. I'm not quite sure why they designed it that way, but you know, it is what it is. I'm just gonna cut off that perforation. Makes it kind of look boxy. Okay. Almost done with layout number 3. There we go. Let's move our little cut pieces out the way. I do have a nice big trash can here to the side that I can dump all my stuff in. Let's go ahead and pop up these butterflies. Does anybody else like to sing? I love singing. I was a show choir kid. And theater. I'm sure that surprises nobody. Always struggle with matching items from my stash outside their collections. This series has been so helpful. Oh, thank you so much, friend. Savannah, I'm so glad you're here, friend. And I think it takes, and I'm going to be honest with you, I've been scrapbooking for like 18 years. I think it takes time to get to train your eye to visually see how things work together. A sexy layout. Yep. A sexy layout. Okay. This is looking really sexy. Great layout. Only scrapbookers would describe a layout as sexy. Like nobody else would say that. Look at us like we're crazy. Okay. Now let's bring in some glitz and glam. I've got these little decorative brads. And again, look at those colors. Like, it just works. Although, this is a little bit more red, and this is a little bit more of a, kind of a peachy color. But, you know, we're not mincing words here. I'm going to grab this yellow one and pop that there with my butterfly, just to bring in some texture. Let's pull in this blue one that says, yes! And then let's pull up this one. It has a camera, although I think it might be a little bit bigger than what I want for that little butterfly. Oh, maybe not. You can handle a little butterfly. Okay, so that brought in, I'm almost done. Like, I just got a few more little dilly bops here. I'm just loving, like, this whole color situation. I'm just loving this. Then I have some gold here that I want to use. Some lovely, it's called Lovely. It's by Thickers. And I think I'm going to pop a heart here, there, and everywhere. Just, you know, just to do that, because I can, because why not? I think maybe we'll put that here. Maybe here? Yeah, that seems to be okay. And then let's do, do I have another larger one than that one that I'm looking at? Nope, that's okay. I'm gonna put this one over here. Using our stuff. I think this might be the second pack that I have of these. When I was on the American Crafts design team, they sent us a lot of stuff. And so I'm still working through that stuff. And it's been almost a year and a half since I've been on their design team. The only thing that's missing here is journaling, and I'll pop the journaling down below. I'm also going to have to reinforce my letter stickers because they're starting to pill up just a little bit. It's also humid here in Texas, so I'm not surprised. But I'm going to call this layout done for now. I'm just going to add journaling here. But here's the thing. The thing that's working for this is the pattern paper. And this is why I love using pattern paper, because then you don't have to do a whole bunch of embellishing to add interest to it. These stripes are doing that, and I didn't have to do anything but just cut some paper down and add it to the layout. I've got my 3 clusters that are framing out my photo. And of course I did use a frame from Simple Stories. Use 2 different collections that coordinated with this pattern paper. There we go, chef's kiss. Layout number 3 is done. That was only 15 minutes, I believe. I'm telling you, you can get these things done when you're prepared. All right, so we've got that layout done. We're gonna stick that in the bag of layouts. And we're gonna move out to layout number 4. If you are enjoying this live, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe here. Would love to have you. We have a lot of new folks around these parts. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have new folks joining us. That means we get to share more of the crafty love. All right, layout number 4 is about me and Corinne. It's called You Make Today Better. Love my little girl. Okay, so I have some things here. I want to say Jen Hatfield and Maggie Holmes. Yeah. So I'm just, oh, and then, no. This is Pink Fresh Studio, I believe. So I'm going to move these out the way for right now. These are the 2 photos that I'm scrapbooking. I may have scrapbooked these photos already, but I don't know. Hey, Curly Scrapper, what's going on, girl? So these are photos were trimmed down to 3x4. The last layout, the photos, not trimmed down. They were printed 3x4. I resized it to 3x4. These photos are 3x4 as well. And typically when I'm making an 8.5x11 layout, which I'm about to do right now, I like to scale my photos down just a little bit so that I have enough room, not only for the photo, but for embellishing and titling and that type of thing. I want to reserve a lot of space on my smaller layouts, like 8.5x11, because I am a single page only scrapper for the most part. I typically don't make 2 pages anymore, 2-page layouts anymore. So I try to make sure that I have enough real estate on the page. So I will scale those photos down. We went to a place called Cloth and Glaze, and you can paint ceramic pieces and they'll fire them up for you. And then you can take them home. So Corinne and I do this often, and it's a way that we like to relax and just kind of do something artsy together. And so we took pictures. Doesn't she look so grown? Those of you who've been around with me, she was little when I started a YouTube channel years ago. And now look at her, just grown. So anyway, got those 2 photos. The pattern paper that I selected, I've got the polka dot pattern paper, and this is what's on the back, these little cards. And then I cut a piece of this beautiful stripe paper, same kind of light tone there. Then a piece of this blue pattern paper. And then I created a 3x4 card, and this is where my title is going to rest. I also pre-printed my journaling, and I like to print my journaling on vellum because if you're someone who doesn't type directly onto their layouts, this is a great way to kind of fake it till you make it. So you type on the vellum. You can use Microsoft Word, do a text box, type out, print it on vellum. I use Hero Art's layering vellum. It's some of my favorite. Give it a second to dry because vellum is not always porous. It's more plastic than paper. And give it a second to dry. And then you're ready to put it on your layout, and it makes it look like you've typed directly on your project. Here are some other elements that I have going on here. Some, let's see, this is from Hip Kit Club. I've had this for like ever. This is from 2018. I still have these 3 little epoxy circles, some labels, die cuts from Jen Hatfield and Paige Evans. I've got some puffy things that I might use, some stuff from Pink Fresh Studio. I just grabbed stuff that I thought worked well with the color story of the papers. Have some thickers. I thought I was going to use this for a title, and then I'm going to use something else. Some labels from Jelly Bean Soup. Anybody remember Jelly Bean Soup? Love it. And then this is called Second Avenue. I don't know if I'm going to use these stickers or not. Okay. All right, let me get the other things out the way, and then we're going to start on layout number 4. Can you believe we're on layout number 4 already? Number 4. Let me know if you are scrapbooking while you're watching this. What are you working on? Or if you plan to scrapbook later today, what are you working on? Let me know. You can also come and join us in the Victoria Marie Facebook group. We share a lot of fun projects there. There's a link down below in the description. We would love for you to have you. We have lots of new members in the Facebook group. Very laid back group. Very chill, sweet people. come and hang out with us. She's very grown, right? Hey, Autumn, this is my first live, but I've watched the replay forever. I can't believe we're going to see 10 layouts created today. Yes, we are, my friend. We absolutely are. This is what was left after I designed the layout. Okay. So we're going to use up these paper scraps. I guarantee it. I'm going to move the journaling out the way for just a second. Let's go ahead and build our layout. I'm going to put the stripe paper up at the top. This is one of my go-to designs. This is going to be an 8.5 by 11. You're basically getting 10 process videos during this live stream is basically what you're getting. Antonella says that she is currently scrapbooking, working on her homemade kits. Absolutely. Paula says, yes, she is scrapbooking. Awesome. Using the Arcadia. Awesome. Good, good, good. Prepping my kit for learning something new every day. Starts tomorrow. That is awesome. Oh, so many great things going on in our crafty community. I'm going to use this pattern paper here to kind of serve as a cover for the joint between the stripe and the polka dot. Hey, Debbie, what's going on? So happy that you're here. All right, so I'm going to use this side of the pattern paper, and that's going to be the anchor for my title. And then I have my two photos. One that's going to go here, and then this one here. I'm going to try to move them in. Before I do that, I do want to use my white cardstock, and I want to add a white border around my photos. That is what I forgot to do when I was prepping, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Let me get my tonic trimmer. Okay, there we go. And I always use up my white cardstock. My white cardstock scraps, that is, so I never worry about wasting it because I always use them. These will be gone, gone, gone. All right, I'm going to use my tonic trimmer to kind of trim this up just a bit. There we go. Cool. Working on a layout, says Jamie, of her grandson. Awesome. Savannah's answering work emails. Blah. Stitching a card, says Janet. Doing various Disney stuff right now. Awesome. Love it. Okay. So I think I want to do my photos like this. And then I have my title, which says, "You make today better." And I think that's how I want to do that. Yeah, that looks pretty. Okay. So if you ordered a shirt and say you got the shipping information wrong, just contact Spreadshirt directly. They should have a customer service number, and let them know what the problem is, and they will probably reprint your order, but I'm not quite sure, Gidget. So let me, or you can also email me if you want. My contact information is on the Victoria Marie blog, and I can help you get it resolved. I'm going to move this up just slightly. And the link to my blog is in the description, by the way. Alrighty, so this will go here, and that will go here. Ooh, I like that. I love this pink. Like, I'm usually not a pink person, but my daughter has pink in her shirt, and I didn't design this kit specifically to go with this particular photo, but it works. Let's add some foam behind the photos because that's what we do. There's that one. And the one of my kid who's currently doing homeschool work right now. We have nowhere to be tonight, which is great. Working on a school album, one of her Project Done goals. Absolutely. Getting close to finish. I'm so excited. Hey, Stephanie, what's going on? Taking a little break from work to watch you scrap. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate that. Audrey's going to scrap a senior photo shoot of her son this evening. That's awesome. Stephanie, I think a lot of people are taking a break from work or working and catching the live. All right, we're going to have to add a little bit of foam here in the center because we need it to stand up to the height of those photos. I will be honest, I love watching lives of people. I follow a lot of people on YouTube, and I love it when creators do lives where they are deep diving into a project and doing a whole bunch of stuff, because then I can just turn it on and I can be crafting. I do this a lot for miniature artists that I follow on YouTube. Here we go. Here's some more of those flowers. I gotta get these flowers used up, guys. So yeah. Did I forget the journaling for this one? No, I did not. The journaling's right here. I'm like, wait a minute, where'd my journaling go? Okay, so I think what I need to do is move, before I commit, I think this one is going to be here, and this one's going to be up here. Again, the colors, they don't have to match perfectly, they just have to coordinate. Then I think, do I have that here or up here? I can't remember. I'll come back to that here in just a second. All right, let me trim out my journaling because I don't want to forget that. I'm loving how this is coming out already. So I have been learning how to create miniature dioramas and whatnot. And so far, I'm almost done with my first kit, which has taken me months and months and months to do, but it's almost done. Not because it's hard to do, just, you know, life. I have other stuff I was working on, other things. And I watch a lot of miniature artists on YouTube. And one of the things that I love for some of these artists that I follow is when they go live, because I like hearing them talk through their processes and to talk about what works and what doesn't work and what tools they're going to be using and that type of thing. That's beautiful. Okay, so I am going to adhere this down. Just using my Tombow Mono. People ask me all the time, what do you adhere your vellum down to? I just use some Tombow Mono. All the things I should be doing. I know that's right. Sometimes you just gotta take a little break, right? Work is overrated. But sadly, we need work to pay our bills, so there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and start laying some of these things down, and then I'll get my photos here in a second. So for the vellum, I use just regular tape runner. My Tombow Mono, which I love. And then also, let me see how I want to do these. I want to do this so I can have some space. You can stitch your vellum to your layout if you want to. There's also vellum adhesive as well. So if you are in the market for that, there's specialty vellum adhesive. Okay, either way I go, that die cut's just gonna have to live there. And my journaling is just gonna live here because that's just the way it's gonna go. So I really want that die cut there. Okay, and I cannot see the adhesive through my vellum, which is why I like this specific vellum. There we go. All right, let's move on, Victoria. We got others to do. We're almost done. We're almost done. So you can get specialty adhesive for your vellum if you want, or you can also cover up the part where you add adhesive with, like, say, another embellishment. You can stitch your vellum journaling on, or your vellum accents if you want. So there's lots of ways that you can kind of work around that just a little bit. Okay. Looking fab. This is gonna go over here. I think I had this one. Where did I have this one at? Did I have it down here? No, I can't remember. Well, it's gonna go there because now I can't remember where I had it. Hey, the story's told. So there we go. Oh, this is turning out better than what I thought. All right, so now I have this tab here, and I'm trying to decide, do I want to put it here? Yes, I do want to put it there. Yep, that's a yes. That's a yes. I'm gonna put that there. It says authentic. I'm not putting that there because of the word authentic. I'm just putting it there because I want a tab. And if if you've been with me for a while, then you know I love my tabs. How long did it take you to prepare for this live? Just 2 days, Stephanie. Only 2 days to prepare for the live. 2 or 3 days, I think. 2 or 3 days. Once I kind of get in my head what it is that I want to do, it usually doesn't take me that long to kind of get it going. All right, so now it's time to add some accents. And I think I have these little puffy hearts here. I think I might add to the page. Just like a little sparkly of something here. And because I love my baby girl. I love using hearts when it's about her. I'm trying to decide, do I want something that's going to go in the middle of the flowers? No, I don't want that. And then I have these Jen Hatfield puffy stickers. Do I want to use anything here? Nothing is shooting out to me. This looks like it's a lot of sentiments for like cards and stuff. So nothing there. I didn't quite look at that close enough. All right, layout number 4 is done. So we have an 8.5 by 11 layout. Oh, absolutely. Thank you. 8.5 by 11, cut down 3 pieces of pattern paper from the paper pad, paired that with a bunch of die cuts that I have left. I think these are from one of Jen Hatfield's collections. I have a ton of them, so I want to use them up. Use this little die cut here that says "You Make Today Better" as my title because work smart, not hard, right? This is from Pink Fresh Studio. This label is also, or the tab is from Pink Fresh Studio. Created a nice little anchor to kind of interrupt that stripe in the back. And then I use this dark blue paper here to kind of add a joint between the stripe and the dotted pattern paper. I think that I'm not bothered by the fact that you can't see a ton of that blue. It's okay. Edit my journaling using vellum, and look, it makes it look like you've typed directly on your layout. I'm telling you, it's a great thing. Hey girl, what's going on, Ada? So anyway, 8.5 by 11 layout done. That is layout number 4 in the books. Woo, got to stretch. All right, if you've been counting, we've been working hard today. Let me grab some water real quick. Brief little intermission. I have a fun grid that's coming up. Woo woo, hey Suze. Yep, absolutely. So it took me about 3 days. I printed photos, did the journaling, and picked out the supplies, or went through the kits that I made from last week to make sure that I had everything that I needed for the projects. And then I kind of swapped some things out. So like if I was preparing for a crop, then I would go through my kits again. And then I would, if I need to swap something out, I'm like, oh, well, based on the story that I want to tell, this may not be something that I want to use for this story. I'll swap it out with something else. Or if the color doesn't quite coordinate the way that I want to, then I'll swap it out. Or I'll say, hey, I need some more texture, that type of thing. Alrighty, moving on to layout number 5. Y'all ready? Let me know in the chat if you're ready for layout number 5. Miss Carrie says, you are rocking this. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm going to be so tired after this, y'all. Let me tell you, I was so excited for this live because I haven't done anything like this on this channel. And so I've been on YouTube for like almost 9 years. So I've been wanting to switch it up, right? I got to keep it interesting for the peoples. Y'all are my peoples. Sarah says, welcome, April. Hey, April. If you're a scrapbook, you want to subscribe. Thank you so much. You're so fast. Now, Valentina, I want to tell you, just disclaimer, as you guys are watching this, it usually takes me about 30 minutes to create a layout. Okay, typically 30 minutes. And I'm able to do that because I prep. I cannot underscore the benefits of prepping. So when I sit down to do a project, I like to be able to create the most high impact layout I can create in the shortest amount of time. For some people, hey, Aubrey Jane Calvin. Aubrey Jane is supposed to be teaching. Aubrey Jane is my better half. Just don't worry, I'll feed you when this is over. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Everyone say hello to Aubrey. She's here. Aubrey is my better half. And also my arch nemesis. Together, we are killing this marriage game and parenting game, right, babe? Shout out, sis. Pat on the back. Anyway, I cannot underscore the importance of prepping. And not to say that you got to prep out the entire layout, because sometimes we just like to do some game time decision making. And I do that too, right? There's some layouts where I'm like, I'm just going to sit down and see what pours out of my brain. And then there's sometimes it's like, you know what? I have a vision and I want to make sure that I can get to that vision, right? I want to make it happen. Hey, Barb, girl, what's going on? Hello. Color combinations. Nice. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Bobby, what's going on? For those of you who are new, we call our Wednesday lives the staff meeting, by the way. Okay, next layout. I'm going to create a grid design. Grids are fantastic for using your stash, particularly your scrappy bits of paper, and it's go-to and it always looks great. You cannot mess up a grid design. Journaling printed out on vellum. I kind of somewhat sort of almost put this together, but not really, like nothing's tacked down. So let me move this out the way. This is also a design that will help you use some of your smaller embellishments. If you struggle to use small embellishments, stay tuned, because this is going to be a really great design to do that. So I have some textured white cardstock from American Crafts. I have this polka dot pattern paper here. I'm trying to keep things lined up. Polka dot pattern paper from the Arcadia paper pack. Here's the back side of it. It has little tiny flowers, which, by the way, for those of us who do miniature stuff, would be perfect for wallpaper. And then what I did was I took some of the pattern paper that I pulled for this kit, and this is what I have left. These are the designs, and this is what I have left. And I cut some of this down to 2 by 2 inch squares. And I also, bye honey, and I also printed my photos. I resized them to 2 by 2 using an app on my phone called PicFrame. There is a frame on there that prints two 2 by 2 photos. You can pop your photos in the frame, very easy to do. If you are Photoshop savvy, then you can also, yes, you're in this one, you're in this layout, honey. If you're Photoshop, if you know how to use Photoshop, you can also resize your photos to 2 by 2. Now I'm going to tell you up front, for those of you who are thinking, wow, 2 by 2 is really small. You can make a grid with any size photo or element for your grid. You can make it as expansive or small. Your grid can be 4 by 4, 2 by 2, however you want it to be. But this particular design, since I'm scaling the elements down just a little bit, I wanted to not only scale the photo down, but I wanted to take advantage of using some of the smaller embellishments that I have in my stash. All right. So I just trimmed these out using my paper trimmer, and I have a bunch left, which when I go live next week, I'll show you how I'm going to use these to create, you know, something else. I also have some die cuts. Again, I have a bunch of the Simple Story stuff. I got this for a class that I taught for scrapbook.com. Those of you who are beginners, that class is available for free on scrapbook.com, where you can learn how to, some of the beginning basics of scrapbooking. So if you want to check that out. I also developed a class for scrapbooking cards today, and that class is available. I think it's about $20 or so, but that's a more of an expansive class. So if you are looking for a beginner's class, make sure you check that out. Scrapbook.com and Scrapbook and Cards Today. Make sure you check that out. Die cuts from Pink Fresh Studio. We have letter stickers, Thickers Hip Kit Club. Some more Simple Story stuff because I just have a lot of it. And it goes well, these colors go well with the Arcadia collection. So if you bought the Arcadia paper pad and you have the Hello Today from Simple Stories, it goes very well with the paper pad. I also have some Maggie Holmes sticker sheets that literally have been with me forever. So I wanted to use some of these stickers for this project. All right, let me swap out some projects. Let's go ahead and put number 5 together, and then we will be halfway through this little crazy project of mine, this challenge of mine. Thank you, you guys, for sticking around for this. I know you could be doing anything else with your day. And I appreciate you being here. Hey, Michelle, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of you for your super chats. I appreciate it. Michelle says, you're an outstanding educator and these projects are stunning. True scrapbook boss. Thank you, friend. Hey, Laura, what's going on? It's been a lifetime. I know. What's going on, girl? Thank you, Michelle, so much for your super chat. I totally appreciate it. Thank you. This looks like a hot mess right now, but bear with me. So I'm going to move my title out the way, which is called Everyday Calvins. And if you're somebody who likes scrapbooking or you want to scrapbook everyday stories, but you don't want to commit to, say, like a project life type of project, then doing a summary page of what's going on with your family, or maybe just what's going on with you, because not, everyone has, a kid and a spouse and whatnot, but what's going on with you, then this is a really great time. Hey, Bobby, thanks so much for the super chat. Aw, hands doing fist bump. Boop, boop, boop. I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. So what I'm doing is a summary page of what's going on with the Calvin family. And here are these 2x2 photos. And usually if I'm going to resize a photo this small, then I want it to be a photo where I can actually see the images. Now, I don't care, like 20 years from now, if I'm able to see this, I don't care. I'm able to see it now. So there's that. But you can make your little squares a lot bigger if you need to. So I have a bunch of little tiny embellishments that I pulled from my stash. I have some wood veneer pieces, some chipboard. I think I might have some stickers going on here. What's going on down in this section? And what I did was I just laid out these squares of pattern paper, and nothing fancy, just a nice little grid. And then I placed my photos where I wanted them to go. So there's a photo in every row. So there's a photo of Corinne and I, Corinne doing homework, Corinne sewing, Bree and Corinne, they play Genshin Impact. It's a game, anime game. Bree and I on a date night, Corinne at her dance studio, us when we went downtown to see a show, and then Corinne and Bree, we went to a Japanese market in our area. I left some space here because I'm going to put my journaling here. My journaling and my title, so Everyday Calvins, and then the journaling is going to fit like right here, okay? This is a super easy layout to put together. So I'm just going to line up my little squares here, and some of these are going to be popped up, and some of them are just going to be adhered flat to the background. And the only hard thing is just kind of getting them positioned where you want, and that's not even that hard. Okay, so this one is perfect for using your scraps, obviously. You can use any combination of the pattern papers available to you, which is great. And you can make the grid as big or as small as you want it to be. And this is a great way to do a summary of what's going on. You can do a summary of a vacation, a summary of a new experience, a summary of a holiday. And I did this one year where we didn't really do a whole lot for like Christmas, so I just did a summary page of what we did. Okay. This is also a really great layout design if you're a beginner. And if you struggle to use small embellishments, notice that there's a little home for all the little small embellishments that I have on this page. All right, so for this project, I think what I want to do is pop up all my photos. So I'm going to use some foam. I use a lot of foam around these parts. And let's get it popping. All right, here we go. I love this. Love this. Barb, thanks so much for the super chat, friend. You are so sweet. Thank you, Connie, for the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is, super chat is something that's really new to me, so I totally appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all just being here watching me put together 10 layouts. At first I thought, would anybody be interested in something like that? And then when I start talking about it, I'm like, I'm going to totally watch this. Oh my goodness. For those of you who are watching this on the replay, I hope you're enjoying this as well when this does become available for the replay. All right, so I'm just popping up the photos because I want those to stand out just a little bit more. And then the rest of them will just adhere down to the background. Question, is there a method to the madness of organizing the square? No, you just position them how it looks to you, how it looks good to you visually. There are, by the way, if you're someone who worries about positioning and placement, I want to say, someone correct me if I'm wrong, is it Photo Play that has templates to help you create stuff like this? I remember seeing it at Creativation, and I can't remember if it was Photo Play or Simple Story. Maybe it was Photo Play, Photo Paper Play. Anyway, there are grids out there to help you with this type of design. So if you don't want to do something like this, and you need a template of some sort to kind of help, they're out there. I'm just trying to remember who it was now. I appreciate it, Bobby. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're the tour guide on this scrappy journey. Oh, thank you. Oh. Anytime that I can be helpful to someone on their scrappy journey, it makes me happy. This is why I like doing what I do. This is why I've been on YouTube for so long. So to answer your question just a little bit more, you cut down your elements to the size that you want them, and I chose 2 by 2, but you can definitely do 3 by 3 or 4 by 4. Just make sure it fits, you know, within your layout, and then you can position your grid however you want. There are lots of examples on Google. So you can just Google, you know, grid designs for layouts, and they don't have to be linear like this, where you have rows and columns. You can create something that's a little bit more of an abstract grid as well. Yeah. Thank you. Everyday Calvin. Hey, Valentina says, it's tempy in here. Tomorrow I have to work, but I want to see this. Well, it is on the replay, my friend. You can catch this on the replay. You need to go get yourself some sleep. Gloria says, it is Simple Stories. I love using them. Awesome. Thank you, Gloria, for answering that. And also, Kara, and anybody else who answered that. Simple Stories is what it is. That have grids to help you create really fun layouts, so that you know that you have your items positioned the way that you want them. I hope that helps. Okay. Now, by the way, for longer Zooms like this, and I love these Zooms. You know what I forgot to do, guys? I forgot to adhere this to the background. Oopsies. We'll get that here in a second. I like to watch longer Zooms while I'm crafting. Not Zooms, YouTube lives while I'm crafting. Because one, particularly if I'm doing something that's related to the live that I'm watching, it helps me learn. Like if I'm watching miniature lives, it helps me learn. And I can just try something on the fly. Also, it keeps me off my phone from scrolling online, and I can actually be engaged with a maker, which I really, really like. All right, now that I've got the photos popped up, this gives a whole new look to the grid. I'm going to go through and go ahead and adhere all the rest of the squares as well as the embellishments. So I'm going to add, again, some foam to some of these to kind of pop them up. This is a little Chinese takeout little box, and I just thought I'd sit this here because it's loosely related to what it is, that particular photo story there. I'm going to add some little flowers. This is a great way to use up those smaller embellishments. I also dug into my stash, which let me show you. As I was preparing, I have a We Are Memory Keepers bloom. And what I do is I reach into my loose embellishments and I make myself a nice little collection. You twist the top and bam, you've got this beautiful little flower that blooms. And I have all these little embellishments in here. So whenever I'm working for my stash, I like to reach in here for like little bits and pieces that I can finish out a project with. Yeah, so this is really, really fun. And it's pretty. And it's super pretty. All right, just want to show you guys that. Okay, so that's what I did for this project. Let me go ahead and continue on because we've got 5 more layouts to make, my friends. 5 more layouts. For those of you who just joined us, hello, hello, and welcome. Some of you got to pop off and do other things, and that's cool too. You can just catch it on the replay. This is a little car, which I love. I just thought I'd pop that on there. It has nothing to do with anything that's going on in the layout, but it's an element and it's small, and I want to lay that down. Let's get this other little guy here. I love summary pages. Love it, love it. Because then I can get the story I need to get told, and then move on. This says, such great fun. Let's add some foam to this. Let me know in the chat if you would like to see me do this again, where I'm making multiple projects in one live. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? She is joining us from Rome, Italy. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you for joining us, friend. Thank you. There we go. I love the fact that we can have people from all over the world come and participate. I just love that so much. Then you get to meet new friends. This says the best. I'm just gonna put that there. This banner says love this. These are from, actually, do they have adhesive? Oh, I didn't even have to do all that. Look at that. Those are from Simple Stories, I believe. Okay. This is coming together nicely. I've got a little wood veneer heart that I've had in my stash forever, so let's go ahead and use it. What I say by using smaller embellishments, this gives you a natural spot to where your smaller embellishments look substantial versus not looking that substantial if you put it on a bigger spread with like a different design. Each of these little pieces has its own little home here on this layout. Okay, usually I'm not picky about if this is straight or not, but it just kind of looked weird. So you can definitely come and use these smaller bits and pieces to your advantage by doing this type of design. All right, I got these little bitty wood veneer stars that I've had in my stash for like ever. I also have a die cut that says 3 because in my little family, there's 3 of us. And, well, I should say there's technically 4 of us because my mom. But I like to put numbers on my pages to symbolize certain things like ages or the fact that you would love to see more pages like this. Awesome. Or the fact that like ages, there's 3 of us in the family, there's, you know, whatever. I like to have numbers as symbols. Oh, you guys remember these little potty people? Can I tell you how many packages of these I purchased over the years when they first came out? Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me go ahead and finish this up because we got to get moving. We got like 5 more layouts to go, friends. I'm just going to stick these girls here because they represent my little family. There we go. I love using them for this reason. I could not get enough of these potty people. I bought so many of them. Let me know if you did the same. There are just some things where I'm like, I really like this. I want 10,000 of them. Man, I had so many. I'm like just now going through my stash of them. This little circle says, life is good. There we go. This is coming together nicely. This is one of those layouts that you could get put together pretty quickly. I have a little flower that's from Simple Stories. I'm ready for the next 10 layout. Absolutely. Where did you get the potty people? I ordered mine online at the time that I got them, but I believe like Joanne had them for a little bit. I actually don't know if they are still available or not, to be honest. You could probably, if they're not available, you could probably find them like eBay or Scrapbook.com may still have them. I'm not sure. I actually don't know. It's from American Crafts. I'm not sure if they're still making that embellishment or not. Amazon might be a good place to find them as well. I'm going to put down a butterfly. And then last one. I bought several packs from Joanne one year, and then I had ordered some from American Crafts. I think maybe off of Scrapbook.com or something like that. I can't remember. It's been a while. Okay. So there's that. Let's go ahead and, what I should have done before I did all of this was adhere it to the background. Oh well, it is what it is, but it's all good. Okay, there we go. And then let's go ahead and put our title on Everyday Calvins. We are the Calvin 3. And there we go. I always get quiet whenever I'm spelling out a title. For some reason, whenever we add titles onto a page, suddenly forget how to spell. Studio Calico is where you got mine. Absolutely. Yeah. I think, yeah, it was Studio Calico. I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. It was Studio Calico. Oops. There's that. We are almost done with this layout, and that'll put us at the halfway point of this crazy challenge of mine. If you're inspired to make layouts from this challenge, I would love, love, love to see what you're working on. Consider becoming or joining us, the Victoria Marie Facebook group. There is a link in the description. We have a lot of fun in the group. You can share your projects, meet other crafters, ask questions, learn a little bit. We have so much fun in that group. And we've been around since 2014, believe it or not. We are a really fun group. And we enable each other. I'm just letting you know. So if you're trying to like save money, I'm just letting you know. I have two different font stickers here. One is from Hip Kit Club. The other is from American Crafts. There we go. And then, because I did all of that beautiful embellishing, I'm just going to finish that out by trimming up my journaling. Again, on vellum. Someone asked me before, what do you do with the scrap vellum? I use it. Usually, I have a box that I have scraps that I use, and I typically will use it for other projects. Card making, or I'll tack it on a piece of printer paper if I'm going to do more journaling and just run it through my printer again. I'll just position it on there in a way that it'll print on the vellum using some washi tape. So I try to get the most out of that vellum as much as I can. Okay. Hey, just discovered you this year. Oh, that's so awesome. I love that. Yeah, I've been around for a while. This is your favorite one, Dottie? Oh, I'm so glad. I thought I would put something like documented or something here, like a stamp, but I wasn't sure yet, so I didn't want to commit to that just yet. All right, layout number 5 is done. Simple grid, 2x2, interrupted here by the journaling and the title. Love how this came out. This works well if you want to make a quick layout with not a whole lot of fuss. You want to use up some of those pattern papers and to use some of those smaller embellishments. I really love how this came out. This is so much fun. So much fun. All right, guys, halfway mark. We've got 5 more layouts to go. Let's go ahead and knock it out. Then we'll do the layout parade, and you'll get to see all the finished layouts. Again, I'll be posting pictures of these layouts on the Victoria Marie blog, so make sure you subscribe there. And I'll be sharing these on Instagram. I'm Victoria Marie Scraps on Instagram. And I'll be sharing the projects there too. Okay, moving on to layout 6. Layout 6. This one is about my girly, although this one is from a while ago, about my girly. She was like maybe 9 years old. She's now 12, about to be 13. So she went through this stage where she called herself a fashionista, and she liked to wear tiaras, and we have many a tiara that was in her stash. She also had this cute little pink purse that one of my friends bought her one year for her birthday. And I took these pictures. She was sitting in my studio, my old studio, and maybe she was getting dressed, or we were getting dressed to go somewhere, I can't remember, but she is all in her pink, and she has her pink purse and her tiara, and because she was a fashion girl, a fashionista. So I thought, this is something I haven't scrapbooked, so I want to do that. Alrighty, so what I wanted to do with this layout is I have these pattern papers from the Arcadia paper pad, the one with the text, this beautiful orange and white stripe, and then these flowers here. What I did was, what I love to do is take advantage of the pattern paper and fussy cut a bunch of these flowers out, and you're going to see how I'm going to position them where you can create a really fun band of layered interest going down the center of your layout. So this is what I have left of this. And then I have this piece left from the kit that I made for this project. And then of course I didn't use as much as the white cardstock this time around. So that's cool. Let me reposition some stuff. Ooh. So we're gonna put our scraps here. Let me move my bloom, put that back. I have a nice large pile of stuff I'm gonna have to put away later. Okay, so for the title, I'm using this chipboard letters or phrases from Hip Kit Club. This is from the Delightful Collection by Kim and Kimberly. I've got some stickers from the Vicky Booten Storyteller Collection, some die cuts from Hip Kit Club, some things from Jen Hatfield, and some more Hip Kit Club. I'm going to use these pockets. They have these jean pockets. You're going to see here in just a second. They're super cute. And I'm going to accent some of the flowers with these buttons. And there's some fabric flowers in here too that came with Hip Kit Club. There's a full sheet of these buttons, but I've used a lot of them already. So I want to use that up. So let's go ahead and get to layout number 6. So what I want to do, let me put my journaling out the way. Printed that on vellum. Good to go. Got my cute little photos of my little munchkin. And let me go ahead and get a tray. And what I did was I put powder underneath my stickers to dull the sticky on them. And that just makes it easier for me to sort of position elements on the layout. So I'm just gonna put these here so I can get the background done. I fussy cut all these flowers from the pattern paper, and it doesn't take me long to fussy cut. I wasn't doing like a super precision fussy cut because I wanted to look imperfect. Then I'm also going to use these pockets. Look at these. Aren't these adorable? And they have little tags on them. This one says happy, and this one says yay. I'm going to use this. This has nothing to do with the layout, but I had to use them because they're just so cute. Let's go ahead and get the background established. Move my photos out the way, set those in the tray as well. Here is the pattern paper with this beautiful text. It says read a book, enjoying time together. The world is at your fingertips. It has a bunch of kind of random stuff on there. I got this pattern paper here. This is a 12 by 12 layout. This pattern paper was cut down to 6 by 12 inches. We're going to add some adhesive. Pop this here on this side of the paper. It's going to divide that text just a little bit. Now what I want to do is I want to create a visual band down here in the middle of the layout. And then I'm going to accent it with these little pockets. So here comes the die cuts. I'm just going to place these. And this one, I don't care if it has a straight edge or not. That's okay. That can just sit there. I'm going to place these in the center of my layout. Sometimes we think we have to create 3 clusters. Like, you know, when I teach layering, I usually teach 3 clusters of embellishments to you know, provide an anchor, that type of thing. But sometimes you can do something really cool just by laying out some embellishments like so. So I'm just going to lay out these little flowers here, just like that. And now what I've done is I've created a row of interest right here down the center of my layout. Okay, the pockets are really cute. Bobby says, curious, after you printed photos, did you change out any of your pre-selected items? Some of them, but not many. I'm using a lot of the pre-selected items, but some I did kind of swap out, mainly because it didn't really go along with the story that I was trying to tell. But for the most part, I'm using what I selected. All right, we're going to go ahead and tack these down. So what I want to do is some will be popped up with foam and some of them will not. So I'm just going to do that here. Let's bring our foam out. This is going to be tacked up. This is a really great way to use your pattern paper or any of those die cuts that you have hanging out. I know there's some die cut packs where, man, there's just a lot of die cuts in the pack. Do I want to pop that up or put that behind here? I think that's kind of where I wanted it. There's a lot in the pack, and so this is a really great way to use up extra die cuts, is to put them in a sort of a visual band of embellishing going down your page. Okay, so this is going to go here, and this doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just creating this kind of visual presentation here and a little bit of movement with these flowers. And some are being popped up to add a little bit of dimension. Not everyone is about that dimension life. I totally get it because folks sometimes worry about their pages being bulky. I use dimensional foam that's not super high in terms of width and height, rather. So I don't find that my pages are super bulky when I put them in the album. Okay, there's that. No rhyme or reason to this. Popping up every other one and then tucking in these smaller ones just for added interest. Title's gonna come here. That says, love, days like this make life sweet. I'm gonna bring over this photo, and that's just gonna nestle right here, and this photo that's gonna nestle right here. Isn't this pretty? It's crazy. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with these pockets here in just a second. They're gonna go like right here, but I'll get to that here in just a moment. So here we go, here's that. And I think what I wanna do is kind of move this up just a smidge, just a scooch. There we go. And then the journaling, I typed up on vellum. That's going to go over here on this side, okay? So let's go ahead and get the photos in here. I'm not actually adding any adhesive foam to these. Oh, I can't believe how much she's grown up since this time. Just pretty, pretty girl. She's such a fun kid. I do actually want to pop up this word love using some foam because I feel it just needs a little bit more dimension. I use a lot of foam, guys. Those of you who've been with me for a while know that, but I love adding a little bit of dimension to my pages. If you ever are doing a page and you're like, you know, this seems a little flat, pop it up a little bit. You can do this with foam. You can do it with scrap pieces of cardstock. You can cut yourself some little scraps, adhere them together to create some dimension behind an element. That's a really economical way, and it helps to save on materials. And you can reuse your paper. I see a lot of card makers do that as well. Wearing a tiara is a phase. I have 3. I could be your older sister. Oh, already love this layout. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, we're known to bust out tiaras every now and then, you know. Nothing wrong with that. Although there was a time where she wore a tiara everywhere we went. Literally everywhere we went, she wore a tiara. Oh, and then when we went to Disney World for the first time, oh goodness. If you ever take a little kid to Disney World, they just, or Disneyland, they shower kids with so much attention. And everywhere we went, it was like, hello, princess. Hello, princess. And Brie, at the end of the day, was just kind of like, okay, that's enough with that. With the flattery. Corinne got so much free stuff. It was crazy. But she just bebopped around in her tiara and her princess dress. And the last time we went this February, you know, she's, flash forward, she's 12 now. And she's really into Owl House and, you know, some of the other teen stuff. And they don't do it. I'll be honest that sometimes Disney World and Disneyland, they don't do a really good job at having stuff for teens. And they really do. And they haven't done teen stuff in quite a long time. So she went in her Owl House t-shirt. And no princess tiaras or princess dresses this time around. Although we were sad we couldn't do Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique for one last time. They just reopened that where you can go get a princess makeover. They just reopened it as of this past month. So we missed it. Okay, so now I'm going to take these little pockets only because they're just super cute. They have nothing to do with the layout, but I have to put them on because they're really cute. And it kind of looks like there's flowers coming out of the pocket. But really adorable. I thought this would be a really nice anchor for something. Now, before I commit to that, let me make sure I still have room for my journaling. I do. Okay. Just fun. Sometimes you just want to use an embellishment and it has nothing to do with the layout, right? And it's okay. I'm going to add a cute little butterfly there. That's going to serve as an anchor. Then we're going to come in with some buttons. I'm going to bring out a little pokey tool here. I'm going to pop out the middles of these buttons. Now, if I was feeling really crafty, I would put some fiber and do little bows, but I'm not feeling that crafty. So we're just going to pop these on here like that. Like I'm feeling crafty, but I'm kind of lazy. I don't want to do that. And when you've got 10 layouts you're trying to get done, you know, sometimes you leave the small details for later. So I'm just poking this out with my pokey tool. And I'm just setting those in the center of the flowers. This one goes here, just to add more interest. That's a yellow one. That's going to bring out the yellow orangey color that's over here. And let's do blue. And let's do yellow. Just trying to add just some more interest to this project. Okay. Ah! So cute. I printed my journaling twice because the first time I printed it was too big. So let me trim the journaling down and then we will be done with layout number 6. Folks, we've got 4 more layouts. If you have been with me so far this whole time, God bless you. And thank you for joining me on this madness. If you just joined us, hello. If you're going to be watching on the replay, that's cool too. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, this is like watching 10 process videos, right? Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Journaling's gonna go right there. Yas. Let's do that. That fits perfectly. I just measured this little space here, so I had room for my journaling. And that, my friends, is layout number 6. Done. Number 6 is done, 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 done. Woo! Yes. Little dance party, past the halfway point. Going to watch on the replay too. Awesome. Off to a meeting. We'll watch the rest. Yes, absolutely. Watch the rest of this amazingness on the replay. I love it. I did. I already made 6. Yep. So we did a band of interest right here down the middle of the layout. We created a background 12 by 12 using 2 of the pattern papers. I have 2 4 by 6 photos. They have them split up and they're interrupted with this really fun band of floral elements that I cut from the pattern paper. Added a chipboard title, Good Night Valentina, and then of course added my journaling. And there we have a completed layout. All right, folks, we're on to number 7. Love the pocket. Me too. The pockets have nothing to do with the layout, but it's just super cute to have there, right? Yeah, super cute. Commits halfway to the dance party. Amen to that. Yes. We are doing it, my friends. We are doing it. Okay. So, whoop. This involves a swig of water. I was going to have, make myself a nice cold cup of Pepsi, but I've been trying to decrease the amount of caffeine that I take because I have this thing called acid reflux. It's been doing me dirty lately, so I'm trying to stick to the water and tea, decaffeinated tea and green tea and blah, blah, blah. So many changes, right? Oh, yes. In Virginia, it should be available. Connie's scrapping some Easter photos from 2021 and joined the company. I'm so glad. The Arcadia paper pad should be available at Joann's, I believe. All right, this one is going to be called Sunshine Girl, about my Sunshine Girl, my little girl. Of course, she's my muse. That's who I scrapbook about all the time. And myself too, and my Aubrey. Okay, so I've got my scraps, and there we go. Number 7. Here we go. Have my journaling typed up. I did a text box in Microsoft Word, cut it, and created a tag because you can be clever like that sometimes. So we'll come back to that here in a second. I have a whole bunch of elements here. These are the pattern papers. I did break up, added a point of delineation between this polka dot pattern paper, tone on tone, and then this pink one with a little bit of white cardstock. I am going to have to add a little bit of white behind the photo so they pop out. And I've got a whole bunch of die cuts here from Pink Fresh Studio, and I have a Prima chipboard piece. I'm just going to leave it the way that it is in its little natural state. So I'll come back to that here in a few. I've got some stickers and such from various collections. So let me kind of get these out the way. These are photos of Corinne and I. We were having breakfast at one of our favorite spots, which is called First Watch. And we love having breakfast there. And so we just took a selfie. And what I'm talking about in this particular layout is that, one, we love, doing brunch. And two, moments like this give me an opportunity to catch up with her and find out what's going on in her life. Even though we're around each other all the time, it's great to just slow down and just have good conversation over a great meal. So that's what we're doing in that one. Okay, so I'm using some of these really fun borders. This is from the Hip Kit Club Flourish collection, which is really fun. You get a whole pack of these. So I'm going to use these to create an anchor on my layout. Here's the pattern paper that I'm using. Pink Fresh Studio stuff. Here's the decorative chipboard embellishments from Prima. They're absolutely beautiful. And a lot of people do some mixed media things with this, which is great. Hey, Genevieve. Oh, you love Flourish Watch too. Me too. That is so awesome that you have your journaling ready. I do, because if I don't, then I won't put it on there. This Maggie Home sticker sheet, guys, I've been carrying this around with me for so long, but it's almost done. So I used some stickers from here. I've got some Color Vibe Simple Stories stickers, or not stickers, but letter stickers that I'll be using. And white cardstock, I need to use a piece of that. Here is what was left out of the pattern paper I selected. So I didn't use this, but I actually might use this. So let me stick around with that. And here's some little strips that I can use for something else. I'm going to set that over to the scraps part. You're going to have scraps with this process, right? So then what do you do with the scraps? You create more projects with them, right? Cards, tags, 3x4 pocket cards, more layouts. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll put those scraps away, because by the time I'm finished doing a project like this, I need a break from the color story. So I'll take a break and work with some other product and then come back to it. And if I don't use up a ton that's left, that's okay. I'll just add it to my stash and I'll use it another day. Right? I don't force myself to just use things to inertia, because at some point you just get tired of looking at the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, so I think what I want to do is to make these pop just a little bit more. I'm going to take this pattern paper. This is where something like a 6x6 or 6x8 pattern paper pad would come in handy. So you don't have to cut into a large sheet, but that's okay. We're just going to snippy right into it. Because if you're not using it, it's just in your stash, right? So you might as well just use it. I'm going to use this corner just to make sure I get it lined up. All right. I love navy blue. It's one of my favorite colors. Okay. Let's get down here. Straighter edge. Just going to trim this up real quick. Nothing fancy. Just adding a nice little layered border behind my photo. Don't forget, if you're loving this live, whether you're watching it live or on the replay, make sure you give that thumbs up so YouTube says, hey, you like that? We'll let you know when she has more stuff going on. Okay, so white piece of pattern paper. If you feel that your pattern paper is just a little bit too much, put a solid piece of pattern paper in between the layers. So that way it breaks up that pattern paper, makes it a little bit more manageable for your eyeball to take in. Eyeballs, unless you're down to one eyeball. Then your eyeball, singular. Bought this paper pack at Joann's, great price, awesome. Me too, use it in my wardrobe, yes. I love double borders, me too. Sometimes I'll do 3. Okay, so this one, before I lay it down, what I'm going to do is create an anchor with these border strips. And so I want to have like them coming out, kind of jutting out like this. Like so. And this is going to give me a natural spot for my photos. Like that. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere these down. Where I want them. And then I'm going to trim the ends of it, which is why I haven't put down this pink pattern paper. In fact, I'm just going to move that out the way for just a second so I don't get myself confused. I need to make sure I have it exactly the way that I need it. Okay. This one will go like so. Just like that. And I'm just kind of leaving some a little bit longer, some a little bit shorter. And then this blue one down at the bottom, this is from Hip Kit Club. You can get a whole pack of them, which is really nice. This is going to go right here. So if you don't have a border punch or you don't want to pull yours out, there we go. So I'm just going to trim that up. Boom. Boom. Okay. Now we are ready to add this to our background. For those of you who lost count, this is layout number 7. Oh, we went through another roll of adhesive. Let's grab some more. Have it right here next to me. I was prepared, y'all. I'm like, I'm not having anything stop me except for the tech issues that happened earlier, but we got that resolved. So there we go. All right, so we're going to put that here. Then I printed one photo in color, one in black and white, just to be fancy. Because sometimes it makes your layout, it just adds a lot of sort of interest to a layout when you print one black and white and one in color. Okay, so, oh, these need to move down just a little bit. Journaling is going to go right here. The title is going to go right here. Sunshine Girl, I'm going to pop that up. And then I have this really large, chunky embellishment. And now I forgot where I put that, where I was going to put that embellishment. I think I was going to put it right here. Something like that. Victoria, do you even remember what you were doing? Yes, I do. Or was it going to be like that? No, it wasn't going to be like that. It's going to be like this. I believe. How was I going to do this? Now I forget. Let me move my photos for just a second. I think this was here. And this was here. I need to move these down. Just a scotch. There we go. Let's do that. I swear I have my life together, I promise. Let's do this. And I think I had this like this. And this was tucked like this. I believe that's how I had that. Then this comes up here. Like so. I think that's how I had that. Well, if I didn't, it's going to be like that now. So here we go. Let me go ahead and tack down my journaling. I just used some white twine from my stash. I'm going to put this right here. This little cluster. Let's go ahead and add that right here. That's going to layer on top of that. I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue for this because it's chipboard. And so if you try to put tape runner on it, it acts kind of funky. It peels up a layer of that chipboard. So I'm using some Barely Art liquid glue. Some of my favorite, dries clear, dries fast too, by the way. I'm just going to layer this flower over just to kind of give it a little bit of texture and dimension. Number 7, yep. Got to bounce back. Check you on the flippity flip. Bye, Sarah. Catch you on the flippity flip. For those of you who watch The Office, little Office reference there. Catch you on the flippity flip, Michael says. Catch you on the flippity flip. Okay, that's going to go there. And then let's do photo. I love that there are folks that are popping in between their like lunch breaks and going to bed and work breaks and all of that. Okay, let's do a little bit of adhesive here. We're going to go on to layout number 8 here in just a sec. Can you believe it? I put the liquid adhesive on the ends of this floral piece because if I need to move that photo for any reason, I don't want it to like be crazy. Okay, so I think this is going to go here. I'm going to pop this up. Hey, Adrian, what's going on? Bye, Diane. Have a good one. That's going to be popped up. I think the next time I do something like this, I'm going to do it like on a Saturday evening or afternoon or something like that. Like we can do like a weekend, like a weeknight, not weeknight, a weekend kind of situation where you can come and craft with me. Trying to remember where I had some of this stuff. There we go. Laying down some layers. Now that I've got the anchors established, I have this little bowl of lemons. Means absolutely nothing to this layout, but it's going it's going on there. So I'm just going to stack that there. I have this fun little camera. I just went through my sticker sheets. I'm like, I haven't used that. Haven't used that. Let's go ahead and use that. I'm going to stick that here. Then I have a little coffee cup, a little tea cup rather. That's a little tea. I figured that was appropriate since we were having breakfast. Just put that there, although I drink tea all the time. And then we're going to put the title down here. I'm going to add a little bit of foam to Sunshine. And then layout number 7 will be done. Oh my goodness, guys. This is crazy. Can these get any cuter? I swear I love all of them. Thank you, Laura. So many ideas. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And that is the benefit of doing these lives, is that you can see your favorite creators and artists work on projects in real time. You can get ideas. I often take notes when I'm watching people create. I think I covered up a lot of that yellow border, but that's okay. It is what it is. You can watch your favorite creators make. You can see them kind of wrestle through design decisions, work through problems, just like we all do, right? We all do. Whether you do this as a hobby or as a profession or both, we all do. Okay. Layout number 7 is done. We have 3 more left in this crazy challenge. There we go. All right. We have our pattern paper background, 2 3x4 photos, 1 printed in black, 1 in color. Created an anchor with some of those borders, added some embellishments, used some die cuts, some chipboard, repeated that element right up here at the top. And it is looking really, really super good. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Will you video what you do with the scraps? That was actually going to be on my next YouTube live. I'll show you what I'll be doing with the scraps to finish this out. Okay. Woo. All right, guys. This is the point of this project where we got to take a deep breath, because we are in the home stretch. We've got 3 more layouts. They're going to be great. Let's get it done. Let's take a swig of water. Number 8. Let's do this. This one, I'm like, I don't think I like this one that much, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it anyway. This probably won't be my favorite. I'm just going to let you know. Number 8, I'm doing a wreath design. I already typed my journaling, which I cut into journaling strips. I have my photos here, 3x4 photo of my girly. I also am using a frame, and I attempted to make some kind of frame situation. I'm not going to like this as much. I'm just going to let you guys know that now, but whatever. Got the pattern papers that I'm using. This one here, which looks like wallpaper to me. It's really pretty. This one, I'm actually going to make another layout using this side. The polka dot. I also use this orangey, peachy type pattern paper, framed it out with some blue. I created a circle using my circle cutter. And I have a whole bunch of these embellishments going on that are from various sticker sheets and whatnot that I wanted to use up. So we'll come back to that in a second. I don't think this is going to be my favorite. I'm just going to let you know. Stuff from Pink Fresh Studio, Maggie Holmes, Ellie Studio. These two sticker sheets I've had forever and a day, Garden Party and Marigold from Maggie Holmes. Some old chipboard. I love these things. I like hoarded them. And then here's what was left of the paper. This is what I cut out of that pattern paper using a circle cutter. You can also use your electronic cutting machines, whatever you have. You can even take a bowl and from your kitchen and trace out a circle. You don't need a fancy tool to make a circle. Okie doke. Let's go ahead and get started. Sometimes, you know what, when you're doing a lot of layouts, they're not all going to be the great ones. They're not all going to be Michael Jordan's, right? Yeah, those pom-pom frames are so cute. Yeah. Okay, so I've got, this was me trying to use up a bunch of stickers and stuff. And I thought, why don't I make a frame, and then I can, or not a frame, but a wreath, and then I can kind of frame out the wreath with a bunch of these little die cuts and whatnot, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and get the background down. Notice that I kind of have a method to my madness here. I always start with my background and go from there. Looks awesome. Went down to my scrap room. Cool. Scrap along. We'll rewind later, especially so I can see your kits. Awesome. Make sure you check out last week's live, and then you can see me put the kits together. What I love is to see creators using the things that they have. This is a 7.5-inch circle. I'm just going to stick right here on the layout. And I forgot where, oh, I know where I'm putting the journaling. Okay, so that's going to go there. And oh, look at that blue. Oh, look at that flowery paper. That's so cute, but I'm not going to use that side. That's really cute, though. This is a 7-inch circle. Gives me a nice little frame. Okay, let's go ahead and get this going. These are photos of my daughter and I. We went to the Modern Museum in Fort Worth, one of our favorite museums, and they currently have an exhibit that's by a female artist. And it's really sort of a commentary on not only a viewpoint of women when it comes to politics and that type of thing, but it's also a commentary on gender and sex and politics and all kinds of things. So if that's your jam, then I highly recommend that you check that out if you are in the Fort Worth area. I'm going to take a scrap piece of this blue paper and some white to frame out this photo here. So Corinne and I went, and we absolutely enjoyed it, and I believe it's still available at the Modern Museum in Fort Worth. And we had a really good time and had really good conversation about some of the pieces that we saw there. Some of the pieces are really in your face. Some are a little bit more subtle, but I love art. I think art should challenge us, right? And that's what we teach Corinne whenever we go to museums and such, is we like to take in the art and have good conversation about it. And I love to hear her opinion on how she interprets certain pieces based on her understanding of the world and the understanding of certain topics. We have really good conversations about things in our family. We don't believe in sugarcoating issues. Not at all. Listening at work, but now watching on the train home. Hey, Trish, what's going on? I know you have a long commute, my friend. So I went through the page kits live last week, and that one's a good one to watch. You can see them all come out together. I don't have a video specifically talking about like putting page kits together, but I do talk about some of those things in that live. So if you want to check that out, please do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere these down. Like, I love what the photo placement is. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. Let me just put this thing together and stop, like, overthinking it. So I'm using this pom-pom frame. I forget whose collection this was from, but I really, really like it. I'm going to do the title that's going to follow the curve of the circle, I believe. It's going to say Lovely Day. And I'm not 100% sure that I like it, but you know what? I'm not going to overthink it because I'm doing 10 layouts today, and the story's going to be told. That's going to be the long and short of that. All right. Let's get this one up. They're not all going to be fabulous, guys. All right. They're not going to be winners, all winners. Some of them are just going to be done, and that's just really the long and short. I'm going to add some puffy to that just to give that a little bit of height. Honestly, this is not the title I was going for originally. And then when I started designing this layout, I'm like, oh, let me kind of go with this title and see how it works. If I feel some way about it, I usually don't redo layouts unless I really, really want to redo the layout, or I feel that there's a different direction that I want to go with the layout. Most of the time when it's done, it's done. But if I want to add something else to it down the road, then I will. That's a sticker from Maggie Holmes. I'm going to nestle in these little letters here. This is from Citrus Twist, puffy stickers, to spell out day. And of course, you know, I've got things at funky angles here, so I'm trying to it sounds like it's a dance. Let's do the funky angle. There we go. Don't mind me, guys. Don't mind me. I have like 10 brain cells left. Okay, I think that might work. We're just going to leave that there. This, I think we might have to put a little bit of a foam on it to get that to stick down. There we go. When I'm making layouts, I am of the camp of I like it done versus perfect. And not to say that I don't hee-haw about stuff sometimes, because I do my fair share of hee-hawing about a layout for sure. My journaling strips are going to go down here. It says, just two ladies enjoying an afternoon at the Modern Museum of Art. Casual day, studying art and having thoughtful conversation. So I printed my journaling and just cut those in strips. If you are keeping count, we've got 2 more layouts left. And then after this, I'm just going to crash on the floor here in my studio. So I figure I'll just lay here until next Wednesday, and then I'll be ready to go. There you go. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this crazy, crazy little challenge here. Okay, so now we're going to add in embellishments. So I'm thinking I had this camera here. And I'm just going to add stuff in where I think it looks good. I think that was here. And what I did was I went through the sticker sheets and I just started pulling out some stuff, because sometimes you don't know until you just, you know, start slapping things down. So that's what I'm doing. And ultimately, if this is not one of my favorites, it's just not one of my favorites, you know? That's just how it's going to be. Adding some foam here to kind of get things popping just a bit. Get it popping. Here we go. This camera, I do like this camera. There we go. There's that. Crash on the floor in your studio after this. I know. Let's see. Now I have to remember how I had all of this. No, I can't remember. I think this was over here. I think that was over here. I don't know if I like that. Oh, get over it, Vicky, and just, like, do the thing. Okay. Oh, no. We have some... Well, okay. Well, that just came off. Okay, well, that's all right. we'll continue working with it. Maybe I will do something like that. I'm not even sure if I like this, but it's gonna go on there, and you know, we're gonna call it done. All right, my friends. There's got to be at least 3 layouts that you absolutely love. And then 3 layouts that are like, yeah, those are kind of cute. And then 3 layouts that are like, right? Oh, they're okay. They're okay. I'm bringing in some of these black and white flowers to both sides. I'm just kind of scooching those in. What I'm doing to one side of the wreath situation here, I'm doing to the other. And I think my idea was to use up some of these pieces. I'm going to pop in this other little chipboard. It's a peach. Has nothing to do with this layout, but I'm going to put it there anyway. I'm going to call this experimental. This is me experimenting with using up all the things. Let's add a pear. There's a very high probability that this layout may not. Oh no, how was I? Oh, see, now I wasn't going to do this. Was I going to put that there? I think. I don't know. Very strong probability that this layout might be redone. I'm not sure. This might go in the redo pile. So I'm not feeling it. But I'm going for it. Because sometimes you just have to like, just do it and see how it comes out. And if you don't like it, then that's cool too. All right. There is something that I'm missing on here. I may have done this wrong. Okay. I'm going to tell you this. I don't like this one, but it's done. And I'm going to tell you why I don't like it. I like my attempt to using all these elements. I think there's too much pattern paper for this. And I think that the title is kind of weird. I probably should put the title maybe here to fill in this space, because that's like creating trap space here. Somewhat. So now I have this empty space here when I'm really trying to keep all the embellishments here. I'm going to say I don't like this one. I'm not going to chunk it, but I don't like this one. I'm going to rework this probably at some other point. But we got 2 more layouts to do, so I'm going to put this one to the side. We will call this experimental, and we will move on. I still need to work on this design. This was, I love doing the wreath design. And I think as I'm looking at it on camera, I'm really thinking I probably need to reposition the title a little bit. But it's this trap space here that's just not, that's not working for me. So anyway, it's done. We're moving on. We're putting it in the bag of completed layouts. And if I decide to rework it, then I'll rework it. There we go. My friends, we've got 2 more layouts. 2 more layouts. And then we're going to call this crazy thing done. Woo! Let's take a breather, shall we? I feel like we need yoga after this. All right, here we go. Here we go, yo. So this layout number 9, it's kind of scattered right now. Let me get the embellishments going here. I'm using some stuff from Hip Kit Club, Citrus Twist, oh goodness, a bunch of others as well. I got my title and my journaling. Let me get some of these elements off. And I'm using something other than flowers, which is great. Because I have a lot of flower die cuts and I'm really trying to use them up. But you know, sometimes you just get tired of flowers. Sometimes. Like, I still love flowers, but sometimes you got to switch it up. So I have these photos of my kiddo and I. This was actually taken during Mother's Day, but I'm documenting kind of how, you know, we're a very humorous family and we love to crack jokes and we love making fun of each other and we give as much, you know, as we take, and it's really fun. And Corinne and I like to take these fun selfies where we're making, you know, crazy faces at each other. So I decided, you know what, let's scrapbook this and kind of talk about that story. Here's the paper that I'm using for this project, and I think I'm pretty much using all the paper for the most part that I pulled for this particular kit. here are the elements. Here's what's left of the paper. So there we go. That's going to go in our scraps area. And here are the embellishments that I'm using. I've got some Park Lane gems, some puffies, some Hit Kit Club die cuts from their Flourish collection, some stuff from September Days, and then some pink paisley C'est La Vie cork hearts that have some gold foiling, or gold speckles in it. And so I thought this would be perfect for this layout. Let's see how this is going to come together. Alrighty. First up, 12 by 12, 11 and a half. I've got a band here, and I have this here. This is going to be the anchor. I haven't decided, am I going to leave this blue or switch this over to rose gold? We'll see. Here's that really fun pattern paper. Let me switch it around. These are butterflies. Really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and layer this up. Notice I love doing layered backgrounds like this. I love having a frame. If I have a pattern paper that I really, really like and I want to preserve some of it, then I will gut the middle of the main paper and save that for later. All right, let's go ahead and put this, where did I want this? Here? Here. Because the photo is going to go here. Love how all these patterns just come together. Just so pretty. Okay, so that's kind of how that's going to go. Journaling's going to go here. I'm going to have the word "this story" and this little sun rays come right up here. Kind of doing a kind of a triangular sort of design here. Okay, I just want to make sure I left enough room for that. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and do this band from side to side, edge to edge. Not trimming that. There we go. The colors and the styling of the Arcadia pattern paper work beautiful with the Flourish elements from Hip Kit Club. I have a lot of Hip Kit Club stuff. I'm a regular subscriber and I just love their stuff. I think I have this pattern upside down, but you know what? It's okay. We're just gonna roll with it. What I did was I trimmed this pattern paper so I can mount my photo on it, and I rounded the corners using my corner rounder. Yes, she is big. She's 12 now. I know a lot of you were with me when she was just 3 and 4 years old. She is 12 now. Time goes by so fast. The one that I don't like is my fave. Oh, you're so sweet. Thanks, Scarlett. You're so sweet. Okay, so here's the photos. I'm just loving all the pattern here. Let's go ahead and get these embellishments going. So this little sun ray says, "Wake up, it's summer," which I'm not using it because of the words. I'm using it because of the design of the die cut. It was actually Mother's Day that we took these photos, but you know, who's gonna know? Right? I probably won't remember down the road. It is what it is. Okay, so let me get this. And you know, if you're one of those people like me that you just kind of eyeball the center of a page, that's cool. Some people break out their centering rulers. I don't. I'm just like, yeah, that looks good. Like if it's close, it's close. All right. So there's that. This is from the Flourish collection. This is a puffy, they're called puffy titles. I'm just going to stick that right here. And then we have a label that says "Our Best Life." I'm going to put that there. What this design does is it draws your eyes to the photos. It draws it from the top down. So here we go. Okay. Now we have "laugh" and then the word "together." And that's going to go right here. I have never scrapbooked in blue so much, ever. I am really, really loving all of this blue. So we're just gonna do that, and that's, you know, middle enough. And then we're gonna do "together," and that's gonna kind of overlap. Just a scotch. Scotch is my technical term. I think I'm gonna put that right there. Yeah. That works good. Oops. That's going to go right here. Okay. Journaling. It's going to go right here. Notice how it all comes into a line coming down the page. Folks, we only have one more layout. If you have stuck around this long, I love you. God bless you. If you're watching this on the replay, I love you too. You're fabulous. Let's get some die cuts going, shall we? Because die cuts are awesome. We're going to put a little rainbow. I love the color story in this collection. So we got a little rainbow. Yeah, it's the area, Mary. It's really humid here in Texas for sure. And we've gotten a whole bunch of rain lately. So yeah, sometimes the adhesive just is not the jam. And I have things that just fall off my page sometimes when it's really humid. We've gotten a lot of humidity this week. All right, I'm going to start adding some embellishments, and it's going to anchor the title on either side. And then I have these fun feathers. I never use feathers, never. But we're going to use it today, baby. Okay. Ooh, boy, we polished off some things. We got one more layout. If you're thinking to yourself, Victoria, you are by far a genius. To that, I'll say thank you. But you're also crazy, Victoria. I know I'm crazy. I did. I'm on, Corinne's asking me, did you really make 10 layouts? I'm on my last one. All right, just adding in these die cuts, making a small cluster here, just tucking under, nothing major, nothing you haven't seen me do before. And then this one's gonna come over here. I just love these elements. Then we've got some little stars. I guess these would be stars. Those are gonna come over here. Just to add a little something there. These are products, die cuts that I probably would have never used, but you know what? I challenged myself to do it. This is kind of a boho chic type of styling with this particular collection. Then I've got those fun cork hearts I've had in my stash forever. I love these things so much, and I've been hoarding them. When were these made? 2015. I love them. They're gonna come over here. So I love using hearts when I'm scrapbooking about my girl. There we go. Okay, layout number 9 is done. Y'all, I'm telling you, this has been amazing. Oh, I'm gonna add, no, I'm not. I was gonna add a few more things, but nope. There we go. Love this design because, again, it gives you sort of that triangular vision here, that rule of 3 visual triangle. There we go. Visual triangle draws your eye, taking the photos, taking the composition. Love it. Love it, love it. You're a scrap and walk star. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see, great layout. Which one? This one's 9 out of 10. Alrighty, last one. Are y'all ready for this? Dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. Let me stop before I get like, before YouTube flags me for copyright. Okay. My friends, we are on the last layout. And I have to say this has been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And if anything, it has reminded me, I have oily skin, so you have to excuse me. It has reminded me how important it is to use our stash and how creative you can be using one simple paper pad. I'm gonna make this layout. After this last layout, I'm gonna show you what papers that I have left. I'm gonna tell you what my plan is for these papers, and then we'll be done with the live. So if y'all are ready, let's get into it. Alrighty. Let me do that. Here we go. Let's get into it. Layout number 10. this one's called She's Lost in a Book. And it is and I think I may have made a layout of similar title at one point, but my kid loves to read. We are a family of readers, and she loves to read. And I took pictures of her one night. She had her headphones in, and she read through the entire Percy Jackson series in less than 3 months. This kid devoured the entire canon. This has been about a year or so ago. And so I want to create a layout around that story. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my title pieces over. I'm using some Felicity Jane stuff. I got this little book. Ooh, well, that's actually adhered to that, so we're just going to go ahead and let that stay there. I got little embellishments here, some flowers from Pink Fresh Studio, because the colors with the Pink Fresh Studio stuff that I have just works super well with this Arcadia paper pad. I also have my journaling typed up. These are the photos that I printed in black and white because the coloring on the photo was kind of odd. So I have the photos printed in black and white, and I don't actually know what size these are. These kind of printed a little wonky, but this is her with her headphones in, and she's reading and relaxing. And I love to document the things that she's into. And we're lifelong readers. We love to read. Here's the pattern paper that I'm using. I have 2 strips, and I think that is the B side of one of these. One with white stripes going down the middle, or actually I'm going to position it where the white stripes are going down the middle, and I'm going to flank it with 2 of these pieces of pattern paper. Hey! Hi!
I'm not here.
Oh, you brought me sustenance. I got a Kit Kat. Thank you. It's a Jimmy John's. You must know that I was almost done. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I think I'll stay married to you. Okay. So let me move this out the way, because if I spill my Coke on my layout, I'm gonna scream. And I got my Kit Kat for later. All right, folks. Here we go. Background. I used up this piece, so the pieces that were left for me trimming this piece down, I'm going to use to create a border around that piece there. Alrighty, this is what I have left of the pattern paper and the solid cardstock, so we're going to set that to the side. We've got some Felicity Jane. These are some of my favorite alphas that they've ever done. I absolutely love these alphas. I'll tell you said hi. Then, Angela says, my daughter named her cat Percy Jackson, and he's a good boy. Oh, that's awesome. Hippie Kit Club letters. I've got some stuff from Jen Hatfield, Freckled Fawn, Citrus Twist, Pink Fresh. Some of these chipboard sticker things that are 12 by 12. I absolutely love them, and I hoarded them. Anytime one of the American Crafts collections offered them, I hoard them. All right, move that out the way. I've got a big stack of material just stacked up here that I'm gonna have to put away later. Oh my God, friends. Those of you who have been with me this whole time, you are awesome. Thank you so much. Those of you who are watching on the replay, who are going to be scrapbooking later, or maybe watching this on your ride home, you are awesome. It's stuff like this. When you come and you watch and support creators like myself, we absolutely appreciate it. We love it when you take the time to do something for yourself, to watch something that you enjoy, that helps inspire your own creativity. This is why I do what I do, because I love that I'm able to help inspire others, because you guys all inspire me, you know? And there's other creators in the industry that inspire me as well. And you guys make it possible for me to be able to continue to do what I do. And I absolutely love that. So sticking around and watching this crazy live stream of me making 10 layouts, you are amazing. You are the MVPs. Thank you so much. Also, now that we hit 14,000 for our Scrap Boss community, I think I'm gonna have to do a giveaway. So let me think of a giveaway, and I think I'm gonna have to do one. So yeah, stay tuned for that. All right, so I'm just gonna place this right in the middle. And this, when you're using a less bold pattern paper, helps to break it up a little bit, so it gives a spot for your eye to rest. All right, let's go ahead and bring over the photos, and the journaling is going to go down here, but I want to make sure that I have enough space for my title. So she is lost in a book. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this title come across here, and then I'm going to fill in with die cuts and that type of thing. So like this will come over here, and I'm just kind of focusing a lot of that embellishing here on this side. So let's go ahead and get this photo down just a little bit. Some of my favorite stories to document are when my kid is enjoying something like reading and doing the things that she enjoys doing. It's fun to be able to go back over the years and kind of see what we've been into, what the kids have been into, or people close to us. That's just the beauty about scrapbooking. We have these beautiful memories documented. I'm going to pop that up with a little bit of foam, and I think this is going to go like that, but I want to make sure that I have room for that die cut. I specifically chose these die cuts because look at that blue. It's just perfect. It coordinates so nicely. I'm just going to tuck that right here. That's going to be a nice little anchor. And then I want to make sure also that this gets tucked nicely there too. I'm just going to use the lines on this pattern paper to line this up. There we go. God, I love this so much. The instant you lay the photos down, the striped paper start looking like a bed she's laying on reading. Yes, that's exactly what I was going for. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I was going for. I'm glad you picked up on that. I just wanted to kind of look like she was nestled in a bed of flowers or something, you know? Yeah. When the photos, by the way, because I get asked this question a lot, when the color in the photo doesn't really jive with what I want, I will print them in black and white, typically. Okay. I'm ready to pull the centers from these letters. I love that these letters have a little bit of gold foiling in it because this kit has, or this paper pad, works well with gold, for sure. So, lost in a book. Just gonna put that here. And these have, do these have adhesive on it? No, I'm about to jack up my letter, y'all. Okay, let me, I thought they did, but maybe they don't. Oh, they do. They do. Okay. All right, good. Well, okay. They do, but I think that that adhesive backing is about to come off. I might have to reinforce that. I hate when it does that. It comes right off that chipboard. Okay, so I'm going to get these letters lined up as best as I can. I purposely chose these gold letters because it just looks so pretty with this color palette from this paper pad. Couple of things as we're finishing up the last layout. The registration for the Victoria Marie September Rock Your Stash online virtual crop will be posted soon. So make sure that you get signed up for my email list so you will know when registration drops. This year we were focusing on using our stash. The crops are 100% online and they're hosted in a private Facebook group. You get access to the challenges once you register, so you can prepare in advance if you want to. And we have live Zoom scrap and chats. I also do a little workshop based on the theme of our crop. This month's theme is using your 3x4 and 3x4 and I guess 4x6 pocket cards. So if you have a bunch of pocket cards, all of the challenges will be based on using your pocket cards. So make sure you look out for that information to drop really soon. Okay, I think I'm going to layer that L over that leaf because, you know, we just need a little bit more room. I love these letters. These are so pretty. It's like my favorite font from Felicity Jane. Okay, here we go. Lost in a book. Oh, so pretty. I love scrapbooking about reading. Does anybody scrapbook about reading? If you're someone who enjoys reading, do you scrapbook about reading? Book, you know, regular printed books, audio books, reading adventures, library tours. I love touring libraries. Let's see how that's gonna fit. I might have to add some additional adhesive to these because it's just so humid here in Texas. I think that these are just gonna fall right to the bottom of the page if I don't. I'm trying to use the lines on the pattern paper. Let me know if you like to scrapbook about reading if you're a reader. And also let me know what you're reading currently. I'm reading The Apple Doesn't Fall currently. The author's name escapes me right now. Okay, let's get some other little embellishments on here and then we're gonna call this one done. I'm gonna bring out, let's see, where did I have this one at? I have this one over here. I can't remember now. All right, there's that. Just bringing over some little foliage here just to kind of round this out just a bit. This one is gonna come over here. Oh no, it got stuck. There we go. And it's a little book. It says garden notes on it, but you know. I've never scrapbook about reading. I will sometimes scrapbook about just reading in general, like reading and drinking coffee in general. How did I have this? Did I have this underneath here? I probably did. And now I don't remember. I think this was like that. Let me know if you like scrapbooking about reading. Then I have this little chipboard house. This is from one of the sticker sheets that I pulled. This, I believe, went here. I tell you what, if you haven't scrapbooked using blue, oh my God, like seriously? Beautiful. Hello, kiddo. Hey. We were just talking about you.
Here's my top-notch security here.
I see. All right, let's see. I wanted this to kind of... That's not how I had that, I don't think. No, I can't remember. That goes up there. You know how when you've, you know, this is kind of the downside of planning things. If you wait just a little bit, you might not remember what you originally planned for. Still Life by Louise Penny. Wow, just checking in. Can't believe you're still at it. I am. We're almost done. This is the last one. Book club stuff, yeah. Oh, Laura. Missed you too. I scrapbook about reading. Is this The Faithful Crafter? Currently reading Sophia Segovia. Is that how you pronounce her last name? The Murmur of Bees. Oh, that sounds really nice. Scrappy Nerd UK. She's reading The Foundling by Stacey Halls. Cool. Those of us who are book nerds are going to go back and like write down these titles like, ooh, I should be reading that. Absolutely love to scrapbook about reading, says Deborah Hudson. I'm reading Unbought and Unbossed and The Wind in the Willows and reading Mockingjay. Yes, I like to scrapbook about reading. That's awesome. I love librarians as well. I don't think there's ever been a librarian who I did not like. I love me some librarians. All right, that one's going to go there. All right, guys. Woo! Almost there. Let's go ahead and put this down. You know, when I thought to myself, yeah, I'm going to put 10 layouts together. People kept asking me, are you sure you're going to put... Yes, I'm putting 10 layouts together. Literally. Okay. We're almost done with this. Just put this down. This was supposed to go somewhere. Where was that supposed to go? I don't know now. That was supposed to go there, I think. It says, "You have a good heart." Has nothing really to do with the story, although my daughter does have a good heart. She's a precious kid. I might be a little biased, but she is actually a really great kid. Okay, I think that is all she wrote for that one. Folks, with that, layout number 10 is done. We are done with this challenge. Woo! All right, so we have this beautiful background with the pattern paper. Added a point of delineation by interrupting that background pattern with a more subtle pattern. Added 2 really pretty photos, kind of framing this out with some floral die cuts that coordinate with the pattern paper. Split up the title so it forces your eye to go from top to bottom to really take in the composition. And then added in some journaling that I simply just typed up on my computer and printed out and created a text box. So, we are done. We are done. We did it. 10 layouts. Woohoo! We started at 2, 3 hours later, 10 layouts. That's not too bad. Considering that sometimes it takes an hour to do one layout, it's not that bad. So we are done. This is the last layout. So let's go ahead and review what we created today. We have, let me pull these out. We're going to go from 10 to 1, and then I'll show you what's left. So we have number 10, number 9, number 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, number 2, and number 1. 10 layouts. Done. Woohoo! Yay! Dance party. Dance party. I think I will do this again in the future for sure. This was a lot of fun. I have not made this many layouts in this amount of time in a very, very, very long time. And look at all that beautiful blue. All right, there we go. All done. 10 layouts done. Layered, beautiful, gorgeous pattern papers. We used one paper pad to create all of these layouts. And they all kind of slightly look different in their own way. I have a little embellishment here that needs a little help. Hold on just a second before we move on. Wow. Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys are so awesome for hanging out with me this whole time. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So before we end, uh-oh. See, this is what the humidity does. Before we end, I'm going to show you what elements or what paper that I have left. And then next week, I'm going to take some of that scrap paper and I'm going to make some other projects with it, because sometimes, you know, particularly after you've done something like this, when you've used a bunch of your stuff and you've made a bunch of projects, it's time to kind of cleanse the palette a little bit. I'm going to set these to the side and I'm going to start grabbing that scrap paper that's left over. Actually, let me come over to this side real quick. Hold on. Just a second. Here we go. All right. So what I like to do is go through all my papers, and any big pieces or pieces that I think I could use, I'm going to keep. And I'm just going to separate this out. Now I have quite a bit left that I can use for other scrapbooking projects. I'm going to separate my solid stuff, my strips, things that I can make card projects with, pocket pages, that type of thing. So I have all these bits left. Anything that I cut that's a shape or something I want to go ahead and keep. Anything that I fussy cut out of, like here, I still have little bits that I can use. So this is all that I have left from that paper pad. And I could go and probably do 10 more pages just using what I have left. I could probably make more than that. But how cool is it when you can use one paper pad to get so many projects done? So I think what I'm going to go from here, I have a lot of white cardstock left. What I'm going to do from here is kind of plan out some other projects. Probably going to be a couple of cards, so if you're a card maker, stay tuned for that. More than a couple of cards, because I love using pattern paper to make cards. So this is what I have left. Lots of cut up bits, which, you know, we should expect. Okay. There were 36 pieces, 36 papers in this pack. So this is what I have left. So there we go. All these scraps. So join me next week and I will be making a few things with these scraps. And then when I'm done, when I've kind of exhausted this paper pad, then what I will do is I will trim down these pieces, particularly ones that I'm cut down, and that will go into my paper scrap. I usually just put it in a little plastic little organizer, and then I can reach for it whenever I'm making a project. But I'm trying to get a few more things done out of this next week and see where I go. But this is all that I have left of the Arcadia paper pad. So there we go, 10 layouts in the bag, done. Done, done, done. Are these paper pads available in the EU? Anyone knows? I know that they're sold through Joann, but I'm not sure what the cost would be if you had it shipped from the States. I'm not sure if this is available at manufacturers that are in the UK or shops that are in the UK. Or the EU, rather, I'm sorry. I'm saving this video. Oh, that's awesome. You do some layouts next weekend. That's so cool. Ah, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, my friends, that's 10 layouts done. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for those of you who did a super chat. I appreciate you. Those of you who took time out of your day to sit with me starting at 2 o'clock to see me put together 10 layouts using the Arcadia paper pad. I hope you were inspired to grab a paper pad and give this a try. And I know some of you probably do this, but remember, we buy these things to use them. So make sure that you are using your stuff to create wonderful scrapbook projects. I will be posting pictures of these layouts pretty soon, so stay tuned. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you sign up for my email list and the blog so you know when these things are posted and other things that are coming up down the pike. And that's all I have for you today. I'm going to go sit down and crash out and eat my dinner. I'm really tired. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Hooray for 14,000 subscribers. We just hit that 14,000 mark. Look for a giveaway to come out soon. And I'll be posting more content and going live next week. So you want to make sure that you stay tuned every Wednesday at 2:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. I love you all. Have a fantastic rest of your week and I'll see you around. Bye.